Hey, what up? What up? What is going on, everybody? Fantasy Football Hustler back at you. We got another wake and bake for all your guys' questions. Let's shout out the crew who's rocking with us. Let's see who we got in the house. What up, Emil? Say what up, 420 crew. What up, Niner? Hey, Bogey in the house. Thinks he's going to be in here soon. Derek, salute. Oh, yeah, check out the new shirt, guys. We got that Nug Life in repping the 420 crew. Go to 420crewmerch.com. Go grab yours today. Let's see. Emil's got a question. Would you trade Kirk for Najee straight up? Which Kirk? Christian Kirk? Kirk Cousins? Which one? Either one. I want Najee, though. Yo, what up, Crispy? Crispy in the house. One Nation said, what up, pack that shit. Let's smoke it up for the crew. Let's see. Marco. What up? Guten Bend. And there we go. Derek showing love on Twitch. Appreciate ya. And Yuck in the house. What up? He said, I've been loving the Dynasty shows. I'm doing my first one Sunday. There we go. Man, a Dynasty draft that's happening like the same week that the season starts. Insane to me. Because all of ours just take a while. Like if you do a fast Dynasty draft, that means you are missing out on the most important part and the most fun part of any Dynasty league, and that is the in-draft trades. And Niner said Godwin versus D-Hop, full PPR when drafting. I'm on the Godwin side of things. One Nation said that intro always has me vibing. Let's get it. Emil said Christian Kirk. Yes, of course. I'm trading Christian Kirk for Najee straight up. Yes, of course. And who is this? This is Shannon on Facebook. What up? Said, do you think Adam Thielen can be solid in PPR as a flex? It's just one of those things. Like, I'm not super excited about him. Like, you're getting him super late. I mean, he's a dart throw at the end of your bench. And yuck. Through the link in the chat for anyone who's not following the new YouTube channel, make sure you follow it. It's Fantasy Football Funk, because we want the funk. Got to have that funk. Yeah. So make sure you go find it. And the link is in the chat. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you turn on all notifications. Okay. Turn on all notifications. Yeah, I'm even. I think I'm gonna have to got to take it back to where we force people to subscribe, and it's really just so you guys don't forget to do it. There we go. All right, and let's see. This is who is this? Sylvester on Facebook said apparently Michael Thomas is healthier than he's been in a long time. Thoughts? Well, when you're literally so unhealthy that you can't touch the field, is not that like anytime you touch the field, you're like healthier than what you've ever been. I don't want any part of it, man. He's just got way too many injuries. I don't want any part of it. Last year, everybody was like, not everybody, but there was a big school of thought of people that was like, I'll get Michael Thomas with the last pick, on my team. And I was of the mindset like, no, I don't want him on my team. I'd rather have someone with some upside, because the Michael Thomas that everyone's thinking about is Michael Thomas from like 4 years ago. Some people in the NFL don't even play for 4 years, and that's how far you got to go back where you're like, hey, Michael Thomas is actually really good at one point. So, no, I don't want him. Yeah, Yuck's on the same thing. He said, I don't want him neither. And what Yuck say? Okay, he's here. He said, probably my phone. It's confusing. Okay. Hey, Song. There we go. Song showing up on the new YouTube channel. Yeah, make sure you guys, if you're watching this on replay, just make sure you go follow Fantasy Football Funk. And if you're watching this on replay as well, leave your questions as comments, not in the live chat. Okay, not in the live chat. Leave them as comments. And let's see, who's this? Dan. Dan said, would you I'm assuming, would you trade Drake London for J.K. Dobbins? Wide receivers are J.J. Mike Williams, Ayuk, Kirk. My running backs are, there's multiple B. Robinsons, right? There's multiple B. Robinsons. Is this Bijan Robinson? Is this Brian Robinson? Come on, guys. Let's get into mid-season form where we put out the person's whole name or call him by his first name if it's Bijan, so I just know who it is. But, yeah, that's the thing that you guys want to remember. I don't know who the hell you're talking about, so you make sure you put in the full name of people. All right, and he said Brian Robinson. Okay, yeah, so that makes a huge difference. I don't really like J.K. Dobbins that much. I mean, I don't really like Drake London that much either. I mean, it's kind of just a blah trade, like all around. You're going with the guy who got injured last year, who has a shit quarterback, to a guy who's been injured like his entire career, who has an amazing quarterback, but we don't even know if he's going to be like the check down type of guy in this new system. So I'm going to say if you really need running backs that bad, sure, go for it. But I'm not excited about bringing J.K. Dobbins back to the squad. Hey, and there we go. We got Bogey in the house.
What's happening? Mad phone calls, like real, like, yeah, it happens. Yeah, I'm excited for J.K. Dobbins if I can get him at a value. I don't know if I'm necessarily trading for him like that, unless I'm trading for him for the low. What did he give up there? Drake London?
Yeah. Well, I don't even think that it was completed. He said, I think he was thinking about offering it. I don't even know if it was sent to him or not. And who is this? This is Shannon. Says, will Michael Pittman have a bounce back season? I'm gonna say no, because look at the QB that he's got. Not really known for his accuracy. And if he's really this athletic,
bounce back from being shit.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, he could easily bounce back from what everybody was fucking. All the expectations. He's fallen short of everyone's expectations every year he's been in the NFL. I don't want to bank on it this year, but we have seen third-year breakouts, but usually I'm going to go after a third-year breakout who's got like a really good QB attached to him.
This is a fourth-year guy, though, too.
Oh, yeah, not even his third year.
Michael Pittman, yeah, that was the case that we made for him last year, even with someone like a Carson Wentz. And, like, it's just, here's one thing you got to learn. In a Frank Reich system, you know what I'm saying, which is kind of like an Andy Reid-esque type of joint, you know what I'm saying, the tight ends and then the outside receiver, like the burner, those are the guys that usually get the big plays here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at T.Y. Hilton's probably the last receiver in a Frank Reich offense that worked. Now you got Shane Steichen there for Michael Pittman. I don't know how that's going to look. What is he, the A.J. Brown of that offense? You know what I mean? I mean, just, looking for a comparison, right? Because that's where Shane Steichen came from Philly. And he's definitely going to try to implement that, that read option, mobile QB, play action, super rush attack. You know what I mean? But I guess, without JT there, I think everyone gets hurt. I think JT there, even as shitty as it might have been for him, that would have helped Richardson, would have helped Pittman. Kind of don't want anything to do with the Colts at all.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather have some people on the Arizona Cardinals before I have people on the Colts. But even now, now it's getting ugly into where we just got to kind of see like who it's going to be. I don't want to pay up on anyone. Like a lot of these guys might go undrafted, not Michael Pittman, obviously, but like everybody else besides him and Hollywood Brown on the Cardinals and on the Colts just might go undrafted. I'd just rather wait and see who it is and swoop off of waivers. And what Marco said, Alex, would you rather have Sexy Rexy instead of Thomas? No, because I don't want XFL players on my squad.
Instead of Michael Thomas?
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's joking, right?
Yeah, he is, of course.
Because we said Sexy Rexy. He's the. Go ahead.
Because we said we don't want Mike. I don't want Michael Thomas at all, even if it's a last round pick. So that's where that question came from.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If I could get Michael Thomas in that range, I'll probably get him every time. Just someone else does it before me. I mean, because there's no risk to take him super late. And like, if he could be like a flex, that's awesome. But likelihood is, it's a little different. It's hard to bet. It's hard to bet on Michael Thomas being like healthy. You know what I mean? Like I'll see it I'll believe it when I see it, and even then I'll just have to rub my eyes a few times. But I don't know. I don't believe it.
I remember was it last year where he had like a couple good games at the beginning of the season?
Yeah, we're like, sell him. There's a guy, he used to come through. I told y'all, Michael Thomas, and he had like 2 weeks of that just because he scored a tug for 2 weeks straight, and then he died.
Then we did not hear from that guy again.
No, I think that guy died too. That's why.
That'd be so funny if we see him come back. I'm telling you guys, Michael Thomas.
He's gonna catch one ball and be like, I fucking told you guys. I've been trying to find y'all, but I found all the other channels here to let you guys know.
This is Raul on Facebook. Should I draft Kelsey at the 104? I have the 4th pick in my draft. He said full PPR 12 man. If there's a tight end spot, I'm all about it. Yes.
Yep. Also not mad at Tyreek Hill, but for the positional advantage of having the best tight end, one of the best receivers labeled a tight end that's connected to Mahomes, and you put him in your tight end spot, I'm taking him 4th overall.
And this is Jerry. Would you try to trade T. Higgins? Oh, who would you try to trade T. Higgins for? He said I double drafted Higgins and Chase. So that's the thing. Like, if I'm assuming this is Dynasty because you're in the Dynasty group asking this question. I'm not in a rush to trade Higgins in a Dynasty league. Like, why?
And
he's gonna be solid.
I'll try to figure out a way I can trade for Burrow and have all 3 of them motherfuckers. Let's go. We're shooting it out, baby.
Yeah.
We don't play scared. Matter of fact, okay, I've thought of this before. When it comes to the tag team weaponry, I'm okay if I can somehow have the Chase Higgins, I'm okay with that. If I can somehow have a Jefferson, Addison, maybe a Jefferson, Hawkinson, I'm okay with that. Shit, I might even have all 3 of them and put Kirk Cousins on top of them hoes. I'm crazy like that. Because if they're attached to a high-flying offense, I'm okay having Tyreek and Waddle somehow. I'm okay with this type of strategy. You know what I'm saying? Last year and the year before that, I had a ton of like Keenan Allen, Mike Williams teams. Ask me how that went, though. You know what I mean? Yeah. But the idea was there because I was about to have, Justin Herbert throwing for like damn near 5 thou wow. You know what I mean?
What up, Tino?
What up, birthday twin?
This is GZDR. What up? What is it? Something forever. What up? What up? New person on Twitch.
Yeah, Dr. Something Forever.
And he said, why do you think the Bengals are playing around with Joe Burrow's contract? Well, he got hurt. Like that was really what like kind of messed this up. Like,
and ACL. This is ACL. Like, we're not even talking about the recent injury. Like the fact that he tore his ACL before, that already tremendously dinged his leverage.
Yeah.
Then there's the fact that this organization is one of the more poor organizations. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the Jerry Jones money to back it. They don't have the Robert Kraft money where like the cash over cap is nothing to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because cash over cap comes out of the escrow, the NFL escrow, and you have to have actual money. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that these owners aren't all rich, but there's levels to it. So Joe Burrow, I mean, look, they barely got them. They spent like what was it, like $500 million or something like that on a facility.
Yeah.
Something like 500 million or something like that on a practice facility. I might be overshooting that number like crazy, but this is this is the type of organization they are. So it doesn't surprise me when they're lagging on paying this motherfucker. Plus, they just historically, that organization, they don't pay guys like that unless like unless you're like a high-end player that has some kind of knock on you, and that's the only way they can get you. Like a Joe Mixon. Remember, Joe Mixon was like a first-round talent, but he choked his pregnant bitch, and then, he's going to fall. You know what I mean? The Vontaze Burficts of the world, Pac-Man Joneses, they like the bad guys.
Joe Burrow is also not in a rush. I mean, the only thing that's going to screw him over is getting hurt again, but why wouldn't he want Burrow why wouldn't he want Herbert to lock in his contract so he can beat Herbert's because he's already made it to the Super Bowl.
And that's the thing too, is like Herbert, he got his extension, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, I think like the back and forth, like then this is where the recent injury probably stalled a little bit. He got the calf and like, ugh. And you know what? Dak probably called Joe Burrow and said, look, man, broke my whole shit. They still gave me the bag. You can be all right, kid. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, that's probably the best thing that happened for the Cowboys, because look at how they got Dak. They got him on. He's market friendly as fuck right now. You know what I mean?
Joe Burrow's not hurting. I don't think they're playing with his contract. When you're about to be the highest paid player in the NFL, a lot of the logistics need to be worked out because there's going to be a whole bunch of crazy incentives. I mean, shit, he's going to be. We're going to see another, $250 million man here at least.
Yeah, and I think he's going for like the 200 guaranteed. But out of all the QBs that just got paid, he's the only one that him and Jalen Hurts are the only ones that went to the Super Bowl, right?
I bet it is the guarantees where it's getting like what's taking it a little bit longer.
Yeah, because look at for someone like Jalen Hurts, his style of football, he's been hurt. So he had to wait for that Lamar Jackson contract to be like, there it is. I want this as a baseline.
Yeah.
Right. So Justin Herbert is what we've been saying on the show that we're waiting for him to get paid. So Joe Burrow has some type of outline that he could blow out the water. You know what I mean? Like, hey, look, this is what he's getting. I need more than that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then when you look at the guarantees, then that's when you start looking at the other style of QBs, like a Jalen Hurts and stuff. Guys like that, they got injury clauses that give them certain amount of guarantees, but also that fully guaranteed is like what, 180 something. None of them are over 200 except for Deshaun Watson, and we can't even, he's an outlier because that's how a shitty organization is able to get a fucking elite QB. You know what I mean? Overpaying and wait till he's like has all these sexual allegation charges. Otherwise, the Browns is never gonna get someone like that.
I mean, what's crazy is, can you imagine if Deshaun Watson had no asterisks next to his name, how much he would actually be worth? He's fucking killed it since he's been in the NFL. And like, it's crazy that everybody thinks last year, and they're literally forgetting everything else about him, all of his lineage and everything he's done in the NFL. Like, he's not about to come back and just kill it.
It's more like there's an argument to be made that the AFC North is the best division in football this year.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, people,
at least an argument. That's what I mean.
An argument, yeah. Like the going into last year, everyone viewed the NFC West that way. After last year, they don't view them that way. You know who they do in the NFC? The NFC East, right?
Yeah.
Because these are all winning ass teams, right? 3 out of the 4.
It was the NFC West before that, and then it was like, oh shit, Cardinals and the Rams are kind of shitty now.
Yeah, and like, so and then you have the emergence of a Kenny Pickett. Obviously, you have Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson's back, and then you have Deshaun Watson there now too. That's crazy. Like, that division is about to go up. You know what I mean?
And seeing, like, even with like a guy like Amari Cooper, like, I think a lot of people forget how good of a route runner like he actually is because he was playing with Baker. I mean, playing with Dak kind of in the beginning, of Dak shit. But like, Amari is about to kill it as long as he's not a little bitch out there getting hurt, because we know that's in his repertoire.
Yeah,
well.
And like, that's what really, really makes Cedric Tillman interesting. Like, I know like he's a no name to most everybody, but like, he is the guy that if anything happens to Cooper, he'll get slotted right in. He's their highest draft pick this year.
Yeah, and we don't care if Watson has a losing record as a starter. He played for the Texans. They were garbage when they drafted him.
And what is his win-loss record in his career? Because he was routinely in the playoffs except for that last year in 2020. You know what I'm saying? Like, Watson has been routinely in the playoffs, not 2017. So ever since 2018, 18, 19, 20, and 21. No, 18, 9. Okay, damn. He's only been in there 18 and 19.
Well, yeah. I mean, he got hurt as a rookie.
Yeah, he tore his ACL. And then,
so I mean, that's only 18, 19, 20, and that's it. That's only
20. Oh, so 20. He didn't get into the playoffs though in 20, did he?
I don't remember if he did or not. But I mean, everything happened that was the year after that. So
I want to say that was that last Bill O'Brien year, and then they got rid of everybody. Remember, that was the last year they brought in Brandon Cooks and they traded away DeAndre Hopkins back in 2020.
Let's see, where the hell is his record?
All I'll say, okay, scratch the win-loss record in real life. I'm just gonna say, and we're talking fantasy now.
Yeah,
with Watson in a full season, 16 games.
And he's 31 and 28. So what the hell are you talking about? He's above 500.
Yeah, I mean, he's right there. But and then see, that's a winning record, right? Above 500. And then here's another thing: in a full season played, he's never finished less than QB6 in fantasy. You know what I'm saying?
The year that really he's had a 500 season or more every single year except 2020. And 2020 was the year he went for 4,800 yards and 33 touchdowns.
Yep.
It was even better when he had a losing record.
That was with no DeAndre Hopkins, and it was just Brandon Cooks and like a wounded Will Fuller here and there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like Watson's a bad motherfucker, bro. I mean, listen, this is a bad Bogart joke. Y'all ready for this? But Steamboat, and I got to quote Steamboat. He always described Watson because we wanted him for the Niners back then.
Thanks, Marco.
What up, Marco? But he said, the best way to describe Deshaun Watson is he's a winner. And man, here comes the bad Bogart joke. Tell me he's not a winner, bruh. How do you go from the Texans in a shitty situation to getting fucking all these sexual allegation charges, and then you beat it all? And the way you beat it is you get assistance from another team giving you all this guaranteed money because now you can really guap out all these ladies that just to quiet them all with settlements. And he did that. That guy's a fucking winner. I mean, maybe he's not a good person, but you know what I mean? By definition, I don't think winning is subjective. You know what I mean? When it comes to winning, it's like, did you win or lose? Right? He just wins in these situations, bro. It's amazing.
And how many people like have we just said about like whether it's athletes, whether it's celebrities, like guys who we find out they aren't good people, but like we don't judge them based on like if they're good people or not. We judge them based on if they're an actor, we judge them based on their movies. If they're a football player, we judge them based on their play on the field. I mean, shit, it's just the way it is. You know what's funny is like it's almost like every time that R. Kelly pops up random on one of my playlists, I'm like, ugh. It's kind of cringy, but it's like, damn, the song. R. Kelly's a legend. You haven't got up there yet, but it is there's a season in the league where Pete he starts going out with this chick. And she was like, "Oh, maybe on Sunday we can set your lineup together." And he was not about it because he's all about doing shit himself. Yeah, and it's like so funny. She like grabs his computer away from him. He's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" He was like, "Just so you know, this is like 10th base for me right now." and I forget who she was like. Oh, Michael Vick. Yeah, we don't like him. We got to get him out of the lineup. And she was like, "What about this guy, Ben Roethlisberger? Has he done anything bad?" And he's like, "No, he's never done anything bad."
Oh, that's funny. Oh, because she was on the Michael Vick hype because he had the dogs and stuff.
Yeah, so it was like, if you're not a good person, you can't play on our team.
It's like, oh no, Big Ben. Oh no, he's never done anything wrong. That's funny. You know what's funny is that those early essay charges on him, on Ben Roethlisberger, you know what I'm saying? That's what stopped because the Niners were going to trade for him, bro. Do you remember that? An article came out a couple years ago that like there was a big old blockbuster deal that would have sent Ben Roethlisberger to the Niners back then with Jim Harbaugh and that defense, and that would have been kind of nasty, but I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, and Charlie would skip R. Kelly and SPM now. I know, right?
Yeah, and then it's like the Michael Jackson thing. I'm just forever refused. I mean, yeah, Michael Jackson might have touched some little kids. Man, he got the Thriller, man. And see, that's all bad jokes because it is fucking terrible. Like I hate that. Like our legends, and a lot of them are scorned by these bad reputations.
And everything you go back to with Michael Jackson, all of it was fugazi. Like that's why every single case ended up getting thrown out. And you look at even the way that it was handled. Like the people who sued him, they never went to the police or any kind of authority first. They go to a lawyer first. You know
what's funny too?
I'd go over there with the baseball bat if it was me.
They're like, I mean, okay, here's the thing. If you're Michael Jackson and you really got down like that and you had money like that, I mean, it's these parents that are getting bought out easily. Yeah, I'm going to have a slumber party. Yeah, how much is it, Mike?
How come guys like
$3 million a night?
How come guys like Corey Feldman and Macaulay Culkin will like go to war, for him? And like, I'm sure that they were like around him a lot more than, the random cancer patients that were like there. Dave Chappelle made the bad joke. He was like, "You were dying of cancer. All this was your wish, not mine to meet me." He's like, "You're getting stronger every time I see you now."
And then the motherfucker he said, "Well, how, I mean, all the kids had Mike's, his penis's description." He's like, "You know what? I mean, who can't describe a penis? I'm sure there's a shaft." You know, they're small.
Marco, we're not making any Ray Rice jokes right now, okay? Because he at least went back for the flip flop, okay? Like, I mean, he wasn't that much of a savage.
Ray Rice married her after that.
I thought they were already married before that.
They were engaged, but by the time that video came out, they had already been married.
Yeah.
So even she was like trying to, she was trying to do right by her man. You know what I don't like is
what
that
up, Antonio?
it's terrible. Don't hit a woman.
Yeah.
And I also want to say, women, stop making these men like want to hit you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And women, stop hitting.
It goes both ways. Like, yeah, stop beating up on guys too that are athletes that just might lose their shit. And you're like, ha, bitch, I got you. There goes your career. I mean, shout out to Reuben Foster. That happened to him. Never put a hand on his lady, and she kept calling the police on him and accusing him, and the Niners had to cut him.
Yeah,
just to save face. Like, fuck it, this is like the fourth time y'all called the police.
Is literally because of guys like him that they had to change those fucking rules for the NFLPA because like he legit lost his job. I mean, pretty much lost his career. He never caught on after that, right?
Well, here's the thing: is like, so Doug Williams, first ever black QB to ever win the Super Bowl, right? And that was with the Washington Redskins. He was during 2020. He became like the scout, like the head of scout department, or whatever. Like brings in players. He brought in Reuben Foster right after the Niners cut him. They claimed him off the waivers, and he played that year. Went to the playoffs with them.
Okay.
But what's crazy is because they gave the Washington Redskins hella shit for that. They're like, oh, fucking, how could you guys do that? And then Doug Williams said, this is verbatim. He goes, man, there's so many players that have been accused of way worse things that were actually true. He was like, this one is yet to be seen. And then when it came out that she lied, you know what I'm saying? He was happy. You know, people was like, hell yeah, I'm glad they took a chance on me. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, he got cut.
Said that Foster should have ditched her after the first time. I mean, we never know why people stay together. You know, like, I mean, there's people who put up with a lot of shit because they're in love with each other, right? I mean, for whatever that's worth. I mean, there's still people who believe in love until a certain extent. It's wild. What's love got to do with it?
Some crazy motherfuckers will even say, well, I wouldn't have been crazy like this if it wasn't for love. Love made me do it, baby.
Yeah, I like Marlon when he goes on Jerry Springer. Jerry, tell him to stop calling me crazy. I'm going crazy.
I get crazy. Yo, baby, do I see crazy?
Yo, what up, Joe?
He started getting the veins in his neck. The veins start popping out.
What up, Joe? Make sure you come over to the new fantasy YouTube channel, the Fantasy Football Funk. Tino said, shout out to Bobby Brown.
See, Bobby Brown was a fool with it though, because Bobby Brown, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody knew he was on the powder, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when he got with she
was just different in the 80s though, right? Like everyone was overlooking, you know, it was like drinking beer back then.
Like, okay, look at Whitney. Whitney after like the Bodyguard and stuff like that. Whatever happened to her? She fell off. What she started doing like Disney songs and stuff like that. She
just started doing crack. That was it.
That's what I'm saying. Like remember she was on Oprah. She was hella high, clearly, and she's like crack. Crack is so cheap. Like she didn't deny smoking crack. She's like, ill. That's cheap. I do blow. You know what I mean? The rich man's drug.
Yeah, because she couldn't hit those high notes anymore. I mean, once you can't sing your own songs, or you get caught like, you know, trying to do it for real, and then you like try to switch to acapella. I think like that's what it was.
You know, it's crazy too. She was.
Didn't she get booed out of a concert that she did because she couldn't sing like for shit?
I mean, I know that's happened to Lauryn Hill a gang of times.
Yeah.
And Lauryn Hill just straight up leave a show. But see, here's the thing with Whitney too, is like Whitney's not a showman at all. Whitney's a stand there and sing and shit. Right? Yeah. That's her. Yeah. She don't dance. One of her biggest songs is I want to dance with somebody. And in the video, she's just dancing, doing a little two-step. She can't dance. So it's like when you can't dance, you can't lip sync. You know, Britney and them, they could do it. They had residence. Britney Spears had residency in Vegas. She can't sing for shit.
Yeah.
She just go on there lip syncing her old joints because she's a showman. She could dance. She got double backup dancers. You know, it's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a show. If you're based on solely being your pipes and you can't blow no more, you getting booed, bitch.
Man, that's why Michael Jackson was so good. A random video came up where he was doing Man in the Mirror, but it was like a cappella as well. And like you could just tell there
in the mirror.
There is nothing that makes like that can like enhance his voice and make it better. Shit can only like make his voice worse. That's why they even had to get the Shure SMB or whatever to make sure that they had the clearest, like, you know, vocals coming through.
And that motherfucker, it's funny too because he would use his snap as metronome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That for those that don't know what a metronome is something that musicians will use to keep the BPM.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that way everyone could play along. And then, but so
did you know that he has credits for his own snap, signature?
Yeah, because they couldn't take it out. It's recorded in there with the recordings. It's not like a metronome where you're only hearing it in your headphone. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Tino said, "I'm too rich. I don't freebase cocaine."
For real? That's what for real though. I get my straight Peruvian flake. You know what I mean? And like, what's crazy is the whole thing that happened. How did she die? OD, right? Something like that. They found her like, and then even the daughter, I heard like, and first of all, whenever you get Ray J in the mix, because I think at the end of at Whitney's life, she was fucking on Ray J. And like Ray J is just like, you know what I mean? He's just
he's a savage, man.
I mean, he is. I mean, he put Kim Kardashian on the map.
Oh yeah.
And they had her on ecstasy and everything. Like he was fucking her on the Molly. He was doing it right.
Yeah, Ray J is a savage, man.
That was the original Kim K, huh? With the widow's peak and the nose.
That was when she was that was when she took that page out of Paris's book. It's so funny that like Kim Kardashian used to be like Paris Hilton's fucking like her assistant or whatever, and she
was a closet organizer. That was like her. That was like she was like a Hollywood like closet organizer or something.
Whoa, I mean, I guess. I mean, it was just
my cousin Bonita. She was my cousin Bone, bro. She actually does that for a living. She's like a closet organizer in Hollywood.
Yuck. Big news coming in. He said Gaskin to the Vikings. Oh, you Alexander Madison truthers.
Oh no.
He's gonna lose his job.
Carol Gaskin.
This must mean that they don't need anybody like Kareem Hunt or Jonathan Taylor or anybody like that now.
Chris Ballard is a terrible GM. That's why the Chiefs got rid of him. And he went to the Browns. That's why the Browns got rid of him. And now he's with the Colts. And he tried to bring back Kareem Hunt. This JT thing continues. They'll bring Kareem Hunt in. You know what I mean? I mean, that's probably the lower hanging fruit.
And what up, Joe? Joe Santo in the house. Let's smoke it up.
What up, big Joe?
This is JB on Facebook said, need to cut 2 from my roster. His RBs are Henry, Pollard, Rashad White, Kamara, P. Ryan, Warren, and then Mike Williams, DJ Moore, Gabe Davis, Ayuk, Deontay, Cortland Sutton.
It'd be
Jalen Warren,
P. Ryan, and Jalen Warren. I hate dropping Jalen Warren too because just holding on. Like I would want to try to move him to the Najee guy maybe. Or maybe even see if somehow I can acquire Najee off that dude because I would like to lock down that backfield. Like
I'm not getting rid of P. Ryan. I'm getting rid of Gabe Davis. Fuck that.
I like Gabe
I'm assuming
Davis,
this is a shallow league because of like how far down
the type of names that he has to drop.
Yeah.
I drop Cortland Sutton before I drop Gabe Davis. Like it's just another guy. I'm stupid for this, but like I mean,
we're not gonna see a 5th-year breakout or 4th-year breakout, whatever it is. Like how many times we gonna wait for this?
It's really just that there's no one there. That's the only thing. And I guess you could say that the same thing for P. Ryan, right? Like P. Ryan probably get a shot.
What about Dalton Kincaid? he's gonna get 100 targets this year, right, Derek?
Look out for Latino. Look out for the Latino comment coming. I'm just telling you. The best tight end we've ever seen.
And Joe said Gabe had an ankle sprain last season. I mean, he had a lot of things wrong with him last season. I mean,
but he also had 100% route running per drop back for Josh Allen. That means something. It sucks that he draws number 1 coverage because you're going to.
Still don't know if that means something good or bad though, because
I didn't say it, right? I just said
you cleverly worded that. I caught it. You still don't know if it means good or bad, but it means something for sure.
I'm good at what I do. Okay, I'll sell trash to the trash can, bro.
Oh man,
I'll sell trash to the trash can real fast.
Derek said I'm dropping Gabe Davis's bum ass after that bullshit last year.
Come on, he's actually going out of value this year. Like Listen, is anybody surprised if Gabe Davis becomes like a top 36 guy on an offense that usually throws around 4,500? You know what I mean?
And would anybody be surprised if he was like a bottom, like lower than wide receiver 40 something, like 48 or whatever? Like
if he's 37, if he's receiver 37, I'm mad as a fuck. Damn it, Gabe Davis.
Oh man. That's and Clock
thinking
said,
of Gabe Davis makes me want to get high. It stresses me out.
He's gonna make everybody fall off the wagon. And Clock said, he said, Mr. Yaku Mania. I said, Yuckmouth fan, and Yuck said, Mr. Yuck's actually my real life cousin's backyard wrestling name. He said, I just stole it for social media.
That's nice. Yeah. Oh, that's tight. His cousin's a backyard wrestler, and I always thought, and shout out to Clock, because Clock's very versed in Bay Area isms. I always thought of Yuck especially because we used to call him Yuku, and then you started calling him Yuck for short.
Yeah.
And shout out to Sir Smoke a lot. He was that, like, the Loonies was cool, but like
my main man who
Yuckmouth is low key. Yeah, hell yeah, bro. And he's a low-key lyricist from the West Coast. You know, a lot of West Coast isn't really heralded for our lyricism, even though we got a shitload of lyricists, you know what I mean? And Yuckmouth is one of them, bro. He be gassing.
So there's a 12 Gauge Shoddy. He's a rapper from the Mary Jane Junkies. It was his
very lyrical.
It was his birthday party, and it was at one of the clubs that was like an 18 and up club. And the only reason why it was there is because like the VIP section of the club, you could smoke there. Well, yeah, it was roped off for sure, but you could smoke. There was no like roof like over it, so you were able to smoke in that area. So
motherfuckers is throwing. I mean, and it's a Mary Jane event.
Yeah, and so I was smoking. It was so tight because like first off, like everyone in the hood knew each other, obviously, you know, whether it's one thing or another. And,
what do you do when you see motherfuckers from the hood? You match a blunt. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Especially like, you know, that's why everybody knew me. It wasn't from nothing else. I wasn't a rapper. I wasn't a gangster. Just always had the good tree. And so it was dope seeing everyone feel like a little celebrity in the VIP section. Everyone's rolling blunts and everything. And Yuckmouth actually showed up there and he was performing. I Got 5 on it. And before that, we were all in a blunt rotation with him. And he was like, oh, it's my cue. I'm about to get up on stage.
Hey, did he have his blunt roller with him? Because he's one of the first people outside of Snoop I saw where we just have the homies there.
This is back fucking 2008. This is a long time ago. He was
for sure.
For all I know, he was solo bolo there.
Was he doing the B legitters where it's like multiple swishers?
He didn't. He wasn't rolling nothing. Everyone was just passing him blunts.
I mean, he smoke a lot. Yeah. And later in the career too, he actually moved down there to LA. You know what I mean? Like there's hella stories of him getting his chain snatched and then getting it back because you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get the charging for this. That's just not fucking.
Derek said, "Huss, let me get Kincaid in the 18 then." Bro, I just said that Kincaid is going to be the reason why Gabe Davis is going to be nothing. He's going to have over 100 targets over there. Kincaid is very expensive, man. He cost me a first rounder. Now his value going up. We're on the rise. And Clock said Thug Lords was my shit. He said, oh, I set up a concert in 2004 with Yuck in Seattle. Nice. And Yuck said, now I got to ask my cousin. I'm guessing he got it from Yuckmouth because we all stoners in my family. I like it. Got to ask him. We got to hear it. Yo, what up, Manny? Come over to YouTube, bro. Fantasy Football Funk. That's our new YouTube channel. Go search Fantasy Football Funk. And it was way better changing that name because you type in Fantasy Football today, you're not finding us. You type in Fantasy Football Funk, now we just pop up.
We want the funk. We gotta have that funk. Oh.
See, now Tito said LOL. Now he's a top 5 tight end. Hey, if he's on my team and I'm trying to trade him away, he's definitely a top 5 tight end.
It's funny because when I went to go grab this charger right now, I was just thinking, that's what we call planting the seed. You know what I'm saying? And then I like Derek's approach too, because Derek, he thought it was slick to just, well, since you won't give me Deuce Vaughn, I'll take Kincaid. He's like, well, who you talking about, Kincaid?
The guy who I drafted in the first round over there of the rookie draft. Come on.
Like, listen, man, what you got for me? So that's where we start. Start with the first round.
Because see, I think what it was, I think Derek just didn't get that many rookie picks, is what it was. So maybe he had like a real high one, and then that was it. I was loading up on,
right? He was like the Bijan, Bryce Young, or Richardson guy, right?
I'm pretty sure.
High picks.
I'm pretty sure. And
for me, that was Crispy. Crispy went hella high twice.
And for me, I didn't want to go up and pay for a guy like that. I'd rather just stack up on those late first, those early seconds, grab a couple in there, maybe even get a couple late seconds. Because that's what, I mean, Bijan's, he has to go so crazy for his value to rise. It's almost like his value can only go down at this point.
I promise you, my Bijan teams might not be Bijan teams in the next week. Because I might flip that motherfucker if someone's going to give me the world.
I
like the world.
Minnesota Marty in the house. He said, let's fucking go, Miles Gaskin.
That bitch Carol Gaskin.
Oh,
the Tiger King's bitch is that.
I'm telling you, you guys better watch out, all you Alexander Madison truthers. Oh, man. Hey, there we go. Manny jumped in there. He said, I got you. That fantasy football funk. Subscribe. Let's get it.
And I promise you, that bitch Carol Gaskin is not going to be a thing. And we need, actually, he might, though, because Madison, though, he's never really been a load carrier. Let's see how long it lasts before
okay. Let's go see what he actually got paid. Okay. Because that does make something. If he got paid like $300,000, like, that don't mean shit.
He probably got a Rashad Penny deal.
1 year, $1 million, something like that. Let's see.
Yeah,
he got exactly Rashad Penny money, 1.2 million for the year. But
they get that. Oh, where's my bell at? My tricycle.
Yeah, all serious. And Tino said Gaskin just reuniting with his coach. There we go. And really, like,
okay, I didn't know that.
It's never been.
Oh yeah, Brian Flores. I guess even the Brian Flores, defensive guy. Still, makes sense.
And Marco said Gaskin will be running out of gas real soon. Yeah, he might not even have any left in the tank. But is this bad for a Ty Chandler and whatever McBride? Like, those guys who we thought one of them is going to be the backup, obviously. Well, but now does Gaskin become the backup because those guys suck?
Well, I think with Gaskin there and the type of money he's getting paid and like there might be they have Brian Flores there who was the head coach.
Oh shit, McBride got cut. I didn't even notice that.
See, boom, look at it. There he goes. There you go.
Wow.
Haha. Married to what? He ain't married to the game, is he?
And Manny said, what about Chuba Hubbard? Think he's good to hold on your bench in redraft? No way.
If you have Sanders, yeah. And that's me saying this because if you have Sanders, bro, he's already hurt. And Chuba behind that line last year, when they got rid of CMC, Chuba and Foreman, it didn't matter who it was, bro, they was going crazy. Like that, we should be excited for that offensive line in the run game. But the one thing that sucks is, it actually won't be no different. They were stacking the box on whoever was a QB last year too. So
yeah. And and Joe said the Colts are hurting bad for sure. I think they just like doing it to themselves at this point.
Their owner is a drug addict. That explains a lot, right?
Simple. That's for sure. And let's see, who is this? This is Davlin on Facebook. He said, going to another ring. He said, who's better this season and next, ETN or Aaron Jones?
From this season to the next, I'm gonna put my money on ETN.
Yeah,
I think there's just gonna be a better offense. Like I think, like what was the average score for the Jacksonville Jaguars last year? I feel like you could put an extra touchdown on them. You know what I mean?
I still think Aaron Jones does better this year than ETN.
But the question is like from
this year next, well, right? That's why I'm on the ETN for this year and next because Aaron Jones is getting old.
Yeah, he's the 28-year-old running back.
Yeah.
And maybe this will be the first year in his career that he's not at least second in receptions on that team. Like this could happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what up, Andrew on Facebook? He said, yeah, how do I pronounce his last name? The Kenny Nwangu. He said he has the juice, but I don't know if he gets the chance to show it or if he has the ability to use the juice to be successful.
I've never heard of the dude.
Yeah, I mean, right now, technically, he's the backup behind Madison.
Oh, yeah. He has NWO in his name or NWG or something like that.
NWA.
NWA. Okay. You need to tell me he's a blank with attitude.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me see
what puts him higher in my book.
And Shannon said, will Chase Brown be the number 2 in Cincy?
Eventually, yeah. Matter of fact, how about this? He's the number 2 right now. As in, if anything happens to Joe Mixon, it's Chase Brown. But the pass catching down role that Samaje Perine had, they said that they're giving that to Chris Evans right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a guy that like they'll probably keep bubble wrap on Chase Brown because, like I said, if anything was to happen to Mixon and it, because Chase Brown, he got 3 down capability. Still, he's a rookie, probably learning this offense real slow. And because I assumed he would just immediately take over that Samaje Perine role. Because when it comes to like running backs, if you don't have a draft capital like above like a 3rd round or better draft capital, it's gonna be rough for you. You know what I'm saying? So, but there is a path for him. That's why I like to Chase Brown. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Davlin said, thanks, boys. I have ETN, but someone trying to get him for Jones, a 1st and a 2nd. Okay.
So there's that. But it's like, how bad does that team look? Like, what
that help build
is gonna look like?
I mean, that helps build your future though as well. Like, I mean, because he said who's better this year and beyond. I mean, it makes it different when you're getting a 1st and a 2nd to add in as well.
Yeah, because by all means, like if that I don't know what your team looks like, but by all means, if you need to rebuild or if you want to get assets for the future and still be able to compete, like that Aaron Jones with the picks could be good. But how shitty is that Aaron Jones team look? What can you project what you think that where they're going to finish? Does that look like a playoff team? Because then you could be like, okay, maybe this is a back of the 1st round. Because otherwise, then I wouldn't want to do that. You know what I mean?
But, I mean, we already know the overall schedule doesn't. I mean,
no, I'm talking about the person that team that's trying to make a trade. Like, how shitty is that team?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, where's that team going to finish in that league? You know what I'm saying? To be able to project what that 1st and 2nd round pick is going to look like. You know what I mean? Because I'm assuming right now, without knowing too much about next year's class, it's about targeting Caleb Williams and or Marvin Harrison Jr., right? And you're probably going to need a top 2 pick. So
that's just because we don't know about any of the guys.
Anything else right now, yeah.
As soon as it gets more, I mean, we could get halfway through the season. We're gonna start hearing guys like Tino and like, oh, this is about to be, 1st round
next year, such and such, or yeah.
It always happens. We just don't pay attention to college, so we just have no idea who it's gonna be yet. But every year, I hear it every single year. This is the best draft class ever. Always.
I love it when they say that because then that's how I sell a lot of my picks off.
Yeah.
But they say it's about to be, and sometimes they even tell me, yeah, I like this, bro, because next year's draft class about to be the best. Yo, I know, right?
Yeah.
I heard that too. Say it every year.
And let's see.
I like it though. It makes me excited.
So Davlin said the guy's a playoff team, but not much of a contender. Okay. Said I'm content. He said he's contending with the top team. See, that's what's crazy is like if you're contending and you can get someone who's like I think gonna have similar production, and you build for the future. Like I mean, that's just a win-win.
I'd rather have ETN even this year. Aaron Jones. He's never played a full season. He's never even last year. I think but he was dinged up. Like it's just. And then not to mention that like okay, I always say Matt LaFleur is a Shanahan disciple, but one thing that he does significantly different is like he's more inside zone running versus like Shanahan and them, they like the outside zone scheme. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Aaron Jones running in between tackles is not, that's how he's been beat up over the years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, we can't. If we're gonna say injuries, it's not like we could take out Travis Etienne missing his whole entire season.
He started off the year like, hold my beer, I'm about to miss this whole year, rookie year. Screw it.
One Nation said, you guys see those NFL legacy title belts? Those are pretty dope, man. Those are pretty dope.
And my birthday is November 30th. Many of y'all just want a surprise bogey with the fucking the Frisco strap.
Those are pretty dope. And
with the red leather.
I bet Triple H is like hella pissed like about this, because one of the things that Triple H would do is at least he would be the one to present it, whether this was his idea or not, who the fuck knows. But every single champion, NBA, NFL, soccer, whatever, I don't even know what leagues
Wow,
or
you can get
whatever.
wrestling belts now.
Well, he would create a championship belt and present it to that team. So it's like they got whatever Lombardi trophy, but they got the WWF, belt as well.
And then they fucked around and said, now that Triple H is gone,
we're just gonna sell it.
Every team. That motherfucker was tripping, blood. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Every team. When I read that, I was like, and then I looked at the price of them. I was like, oh, they're official.
Yeah.
It ain't no rinky dinkies. You know what I'm talking about? This motherfucker's the world title. Listen, if my Niners win, when I'm buying the belt, I don't want to buy the belt and jinx them. You feel me? Man. Nobody buy a Niner belt unless it's for me on my birthday.
Antonio said my birthday is also November 30th.
Yes, get him a Jets one.
Give me a Jets one.
And he doesn't care if it jinxes them or not.
And Tino said my birthday is also 11:30, and I promise we're not all clones.
Get him a Cowboys one, him a Jets one, me a Niner one. There it is.
Oh man. And Andrew said and Dalvin said, don't jinx the Niners like that.
Right? I feel you, Dalvin. Shout out to the guy.
Oh man. Andrew said, I'm a Rams fan. Screw you, Niners.
Hey, listen, I don't even gotta say nothing to the Rams. They do it to themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, our homie Will, he doesn't come around saying Rams house too much anymore.
I know, right? Whose house? You know what's funny though, is because the Rams, bro, like, hey, I'm pretty sure every fan base would have loved that their team did that one time. Just fucking buy a chip.
Yeah.
Just buy a chip. Fucking, you know what I mean? Stafford, super underrated at that time. Just stayed healthy long enough to do what, you know what I mean? To have a team that can get them over a hump. You know, they trade for OBJ. It was just cheating that year. They brought in fucking Von Miller. What?
Derek said, someone give an Eagles fan a belt right now. Go jinx him. Bakes a lot funny. In the house. What up, Bakes?
What up, Bakes?
That shit's funny.
Bakes is like, no one get a Raiders belt for no one.
And Davlin, he said, wide receiver and running back class next year is much better than this year. He said, to be honest, Caleb and Drake May are better than all the QBs this year. What's going to be crazy is if Caleb doesn't come out this year. If he doesn't declare, because he said he's still undeclared on if he's gonna go to the draft or not.
Could he be like, hey, I'll stay, I want 10 million?
You know I mean, that's what's crazy is if he's
game for the regular season.
Like in basketball, they make a joke about it. They're like, do you know how much Shaq made in LA? And he was like, I don't know, probably as much as he made in college. And but like, man, especially now that it's legal, I mean, these guys are getting hella paper. Arch Manning is a freshman right now, and he's getting paid more than like Joe Burrow, than Trevor Lawrence, like all types of these motherfuckers.
Hold on, Archie's he's a freshman now. Where's he at?
Let me see. He's at Tennessee, right?
Oh, he's following Uncle Peyton's path.
Yeah, let me
because you know that because their grandpa is Ole Miss. And then so is Uncle
Texas.
Eli.
Texas.
So he's carving his own path now.
And okay, so he had a signed card for Panini. That shit went for like $175,000 or some shit like that. It was like his first signed card ever. And it's a one of one. Let's see how much.
That motherfucker's going for that one. Wow.
Let me see. Okay, it was auctioned out a little higher than I said, a little bit higher. 102,000.
See, but at the same time, no, that's worth M's in a couple years. You know what I mean?
And I wonder how much he got paid off of that as well, because I'm sure he got a percentage of what it was auctioned for.
So I want all of it. I'll give you guys $2,000. What was it? 102? Yeah, I'll take 100.
Let's see. Clock said, how much Frank Gore Jr. making? Let's see.
I mean, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. That Frank Gore Jr. doesn't even exist. It's actually Frank Gore posing as a Frank Gore Jr.
I think like 350,000.
He's the Black Benjamin Button.
So he's not amongst those millionaire college players yet.
I mean, he's a running back. Man, I hope he didn't buy a Phantom with that shit. Frank will be like, Frank Jr., I'm so disappointed in you. He's like, you could have got a tank for like 100 bands. You know what I mean?
Yeah, see, it's crazy because Archie, 3.7 mil. He's getting more than Caleb is right now. Caleb's 3.2. Texas, though. Texas a lot different than Cali.
I mean, he's getting a half a ticket less.
And let's see. Marvin Harrison Jr. 1.6. Drake May 1.3.
I'll be mad as fuck if I know how much a motherfucker, if I'm a coach and I know how much he makes and I see him, he comes through with a couple $100,000 in jewelry. I'm like, what's wrong with you, kid? Yeah. It's the kid. And you know what? How you gonna be mad at the kid too, right? Nah, I ain't had no money like this, bro.
Yeah. Well, it's different now. Like now that they're actually getting paid legally in
they probably
college.
got some financial aids and fucking financial advisors and shit.
It's just different, you know. Like, because I forget who. They were talking to Bryce Young, and they were like, "Well, how are you gonna like? How's this? Like, how are you adjusting with the money?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, well, you know, in college, I was getting like I made over $3 million with my NIL deal, and so like he had paper already coming in, so you know they're already having to think about shit like that before they hit the league. It's different when you're only getting money under the table way back, you know, 90s, early 2000s, when you're only getting money under the table, and you can't go crazy with it,
bro. When Deion Sanders and them, like guys like that, when they got to college, they were already donkey roped up, all the shit. They're making money off Pop Warner even in high school, and like you know what I mean, like
they're getting paid forever.
Yeah, hell yeah, they're the underground shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and seeing it's dope now that some of those guys, like now those guys can be like feeders for the for what's called the portal or whatever, and then they can get paid off of like, you know, the money changing. Yeah, exactly, right.
I'm pretty sure that long
pretty much what you're doing, right? You're buying the likeness of a player for however long they're at your school.
Well, because like think about this too.
Peace out, Antonio.
Peace out, birthday twin. What was that that college ball game that everybody loved, bro?
Yeah, you made Davlin lose his shit. He said it's actually Frank Gore.
He's the immortal one. Frank the Tank. He's the Black Benjamin Button. 10,000 was there when he ran for 10,000. Wow. That's, you know what's funny? You know what I love about going to games? Like we were season ticket holders too. Is like and during those times, like we were surrounded by other ticket holders. So like if they didn't sell their tickets, they were there, right? And you know what I'm saying? Like these motherfuckers were like family, bro. Because you know what I'm saying? Because you felt the joy and the pain together. You know what I'm saying? And like I had an incredible run. I've only like in being a season ticket holder for 7 years. I had an incredible run. I had only been to 3 losing games personally. You know what I'm saying? I just so happened to sell the right ones that they, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, and it was crazy too because the ones that I went losing, it was when me and my mans would like, it would be a game we split. Like I take my girl this one, he takes his girl the other one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it would be like, man, fuck our girls, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because me and him went to a game. I swear to God, we won, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We was there to send them off to Miami. You know what I'm saying? It was even in the conversation, bro. Let's go to Miami, bro.
Yeah.
And like we couldn't get our permission slip signed, but you know what I'm saying? But we felt like, you know what I mean?
Had to go,
bro.
Everyone who's watching in the Dynasty Life Fantasy Football group, if you like the live stream, make sure you add me as a friend because you won't really get notifications. I do try to tag everyone in these morning.
Hey, notice on everything.
I do try to tag everyone in that group for the morning shows because you know we're just doing Q&A in the morning. So, but yeah, add me as a friend, and then you'll always get the notification when we go live in the morning, and we go live multiple times a day. And then also go to YouTube if you're down with YouTube, Fantasy Football Funk, and go subscribe over there.
And we have the appeal in motion for the 420 fantasy channel, the big one.
Yeah, we didn't get it. We got to wait 90 days.
Yeah, we got to wait. Yeah. I like in motion better. You know?
Yeah, we didn't win the appeal. We got shot down right away.
In motion. Okay.
So early October, that's what we're looking at, to where things will get back to normal over there. But the uploads are still going, and we appreciate you guys having all the notifications on, so you can go help the channel, hit the like on all these videos. When
I might have threatened to kill them one too many times, didn't I?
And don't get thrown off if it says premiering and you think that we're live. We're not ignoring you. It's just it looks like we're live over there, but it's really an uploaded replay.
You should have let him.
No, it was funny because someone brought it up. With it was
ignoring me right now.
It was Sebastian. He was like, "Man," he's like, "What I do?" He's like, "How come my comment isn't getting pulled up on the screen?"
That's hella funny. He's like, looking at the chat, he's like, random comments.
I know, it's like almost need to get something like, "This is a replay," going across the bottom. This is a replay.
This is the paradox.
Yeah, I do like having the live chat on there, because then I can go and we can live chat, at the same time. Yeah.
Screw it. It was funny because I think we were like premiering on one joint, and then we get on FNT.
Yeah.
It was like the morning joint premiering, and then we was on FNT live on the other joints.
Yeah, because I want to try to have it like that, where the premiere happens, sometime before a show, and then I can always remind people, go over to Fantasy Football Funk.
Hey, catch it live, you son bitches.
Let's see. This is Taylor on Facebook. I just got an offer of Josh Jacobs, Debo, plus a 24 first, plus Dalvin Cook. Okay, so what is this? So do you think I smash in Dynasty? So what? Wait, I'm confused. Like, what is the?
It's Dalvin Cook and all this for the first two, I'm assuming.
Okay. I think what it is Josh Jacobs for Debo the first and Dalvin Cook. I think that's what it is. I don't know. I think I'd rather have Josh Jacobs right now. Like, the deal just happened where he's like getting paid. He's going to be showing up for sure now.
I mean, it's basically another 1-year contract, right? So they're going to run him into the ground. I mean, and it's just what's crazy about Jacobs is he's in that McDaniels offense, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's good for 50 balls, and it's an offense that's has Devontae Adams. They're going to be able to move the ball up and down the field.
He's going to flirt with 15 positions. Going to flirt with 15 touchdowns.
Yeah, double digits
on the rock when they get in short.
But with the risky run is, how long does he last? Yeah. Right? It's Dynasty, I'm assuming, right? That's coming from the Dynasty group.
Yep.
And I do like, if you take Debo and what he did with the Brock, you pace him out, he's good for over 100 targets. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, in one of the higher scoring offenses, and receivers tend to have a little more shelf life, because then you're dealing with the Jacobs headache next year. Like, okay, what am I going to do with Jacobs now? You know what I mean? Where is he going to sign? Because the reason they gave Saquon and Jacobs this type of 1-year deal, so they could tag them again and have the rights to them.
Yeah.
So this might be another headache again next year, and it's all going to be based on how Jacobs produces this year. You know what I'm saying? Whether or not the Raiders want to retain him, or
same with Dalvin Cook. Same with Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook's the next year he's gone, but that's why he's coming with those first rounds. You know what I'm saying?
One first rounder.
Yeah, one first rounder. Oh, okay. Yeah, they only have one first rounder still decent.
Is Debo the first and Dalvin Cook for Jacobs?
I kind of like that. I ain't gonna lie, but it just depends, man. What's that team looking? There's too much context I need here. In a vacuum, I would do this. In a vacuum,
I'm hanging on to Jacobs. But yeah, this has to be team specific on why you be doing this.
Yeah.
And what up, Chris? Chris, he hopped over to YouTube. He said, "What up, homies? 10-man PPR. I got Cup, Olave, Ridley as my main wide receivers. Should I try to trade for Garrett Wilson and send them Olave?" I mean, if you can get Garrett Wilson for Olave straight up, I'd do that. But I don't usually like doing wide receiver for wide receiver, running back for running back.
I mean, it's a tier up. In the words of Stevie B, that's called a tier up, right? Or, and we're in the words of Bogey, that's just getting top heavier. Like, I'd rather have Garrett Wilson than Olave, but in order to get Garrett Wilson, since everyone views him as better over Olave, you're gonna have to throw on extra. So if I'm willing to do that, though, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like tearing up. I play a dangerous game. I want to be top heavy as the motherfucker. Fuck depth. Let's go.
Yeah. And you got to find someone who likes Olave more than Garrett Wilson to actually make that happen. Like, it would be literally like, it'd have to be
where he feels like it's not such a drop off for him. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, you could even be like, Hey, look at you could be like, hey, look at Devontae Adams and how he got peppered. You know what I mean? Or you could be like, hey, Aaron Rodgers might not be there for more than another season. You know what I mean? There's different ways of selling points. Just get your guy. If you want your guy, you got the means to. Olave is a great starting point right there. You throw maybe one more piece on top of it, you could probably get you a Garrett Wilson.
Let's see. This is Vito, 12 teams, Superflex, PPR, tight end premium, Bijan and Schultz for London, a late 24 first, Charbonnet, Brian Robinson, and a 2024 third.
That's whack.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I'll take the Bijan side.
Yeah. And because I don't really like London like that either. Like that's not moving the needle. And like everybody else, like Charbonnet, he was someone people were getting in the late first this past year.
There's hope for London, but I feel like the hope this year is that you just hope he stays getting a 25% target market share. So whether or not it's bad volume, it's volume nonetheless. But then the hope for him is moving forward that like they'll actually have a QB, like maybe trade for a Kyler, or maybe they bring in a Kirk Cousins, or like maybe they do just anything better. Right? That's the outlook. That's too much of an outlook that I need to bank on. You know what I mean? I'd stay with the Bijan side.
Derek said, got me and Crispy with that premiere. Hey, I hope I get you more with it, but make sure you show some love over there, guys. We appreciate it. And if you did not see, the entirety of the show, it's going to be the other show. It's going to be the same thing that you can watch and catch it on replay. And also, if you're in there and you can like let people know you see someone pop in, because sometimes people will jump in, they'll watch for a couple minutes, they'll realize it's not live, and then they'll bounce. But if they know about the Fantasy Football Funk channel, they can start catching us live again.
I mean, we should like pin it at the top of every premiere, huh?
Yeah, and I'm trying to mention. We're gonna remember to keep saying it at the top of every show as well. Go follow.
We want the funk.
Gotta have that funk. Yeah, we got to get all. If there any drop that has funk in it, and it's a funky type of song, we need it, and we're gonna start.
We're about to get funky. Okay.
We need all of them. Edward. Edward over on Facebook. What up? He said, sad to say, but a fun friend league. He said 12-team redraft, half PPR. Would you prefer Kadarius Toney or Elijah Moore in the late
Elijah
round?
Moore, easy smash.
Yeah. I don't want no part of Toney.
You know what sucks is that Toney had a little bit of steam going. Then he does Toney things. He's 5150. He's a danger to himself and others. Gets hurt again, and it was required a surgery. Then now when he comes back, he's getting thrown in the mix with the MVSs and the fucking the whatever Rice, Rashid Rice, and fucking Justin Ross, and that's a rotation I don't want anything to do with. Maybe he leads that rotation eventually. I don't know. If I can get Elijah Moore, that's what I'm doing.
What up, C-Dog? He said, just got Taylor in the 7th round to hold him until week 5. Thoughts? I mean, yeah, that's the lowest I've seen anybody get him. I got him in the 5th of a best ball, and but it was before the news actually happened. And I feel like that was too high.
Like Kamara goes around that range, right? Or a little, and sometimes even later, right? Because we all know he's missing 3 games, but he's coming back to the team and he knows the system, all that. That's what I worry about with Taylor. Is first of all, Taylor might even actually have this injury, right? And still not, and because he had a surgery. So this is probably still rehabbing, whatever. That could even been when was hindering the trade offers to begin with, right?
Yeah.
So now,
hindering him getting paid as well.
Yeah, he's never been in the training camp with the new system because there's a new regime there. He's never even set foot on the field with the new QB. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just there's more things I got to worry about with Taylor. Where it's like the 7th round sounds nice. You know what I'm saying? It's just at least I hope I built my team where I can hold it down and be able to mitigate that risk a little bit. You know what I mean?
I put my ranks up on Patreon. Go check it out, guys. I think you might have to click on like the shop. I'm not sure where it shows up now, but I got Jonathan Taylor and Alvin Kamara back to back in the ranks at 26 and 27.
I think we might be undershooting Kamara a little bit. I like the fact that Kamara is going to be like as fresh as daisies, at least I would assume. And he's going back to the same system under Carmichael, which is basically a Sean Payton disciple. and they're going to throw the ball at him a ton with Derek Carr, who likes to go short. You know what I mean?
But let's play the name game then, because that's what this comes down to. So Alvin Kamara or Damian Pierce?
I don't like this game. Pierce. I'm going to have Kamara lower than 27. Watch this.
Kamara or Breece Hall?
I'll take Kamara.
Oh, okay. Maybe not then. Yeah. We'll see. Kamara or Tony Pollard?
I mean, it's not that. It's just the thing is now I'm going to take Kamara over Breece Hall. I just curve Breece Hall.
Well, no. That's what we're saying. You're on the clock. Yeah. Whatever round this is irrelevant, but you have the choice of those two. Not I'm going to wait and get this person later.
I might have took Breece Hall in there. It's the wiring. It's the wiring. It's the way I'm wired.
Alvin Kamara or Tony Pollard?
Oh, man. Come on. Fuck Tony Pasta. But
see, come on. You got to be real about it.
I'll take Tony Pasta. Come on.
Alvin Kamara or Miles Sanders?
See, this is where I'll take Kamara. I'll take Kamara, bro, because Sanders, like, he's already hurt, bro. And he's going to be running against.
But not that you're going to wait for him. Not that you're going to wait to get him, because Sanders goes higher than Kamara.
Yeah. Okay. I just not have Sanders, bro.
Okay. Kamara or Pacheco?
I'll take Pacheco. He's going to be a better offense.
Kamara or James Cook?
It's Kamara, bro, because James Cook still has the one of the better rushing QBs, and like what are we gonna get Singletary production out of him? That's not gonna be like a.
We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going through this. So you, as of right now, you probably have him a little higher than 26. Kamara or James Conner?
Oh, Kamara, bro. James Conner's gonna be that team's gonna be so bad. They're abandoning the run.
Kamara or Jahmyr Gibbs? And they're tanking, so they're not gonna abandon the run. I think they're doubling down on the run. I like
that theory. It's a bad line, though. Like, they just literally just traded away one of their best linemen.
Yeah. Gibbs or Kamara?
Gibbs.
Monty or Kamara?
Monty. I like that. I think you can start both of those guys. It just sucks that you got to reach up to get Gibbs.
All these guys that I'm saying I have above Kamara. So that's why I'm asking. So you picked Kamara over Sanders and James Cook so far, and James Conner, over 3. And then let's see, Kamara or B Rob the Mob.
Oh, come on, give me the Mob.
Kamara or Gibson.
I'll take Kamara.
Kamara or Madison.
Kamara
or Taylor.
Kamara
or Javante.
Kamara
or Cam Akers.
Kamara
or J.K. Dobbins.
JK.
Okay. Well, I'm lower on JK than you for sure, because he was number 30 in my ranks.
I like that JK went through the whole give me money and the whole I'm on the pup still. Like I like that because it kept his value there. Because then as soon as he did get out there, they're throwing the ball at him like they said they wanted to and all that shit. And I like that. Like he's the year removed from the ACL. This is when you want those guys that come out of value.
So you still have Kamara like around 22 or 23 though.
Yeah, I think Kamara's like 50 balls.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is he normally? Like 80 balls? Even last year, he was pacing that way. It was just really bad last year because the QB play. You know what I mean? Derek Carr he's going to check it down. You know what I'm saying? It's the same offense too. I like it. And then, I mean, you really got to convince me Michael Thomas or something is going to like be a thing and take away from the short game, or you know what I mean? Not, it's going to take some convincing.
Hey, Juggernaut in the house.
I'm telling you though, bro, like Kamara's only missing 3 games, and who does he come back for? Green Bay?
I can't remember who he has week 4. Felipe said I'm on the clock, 16-man league, 9th pick. Should I take Bijan, CD, or Saquon? Probably picking Saquon.
It's Saquon or CD for me. I'm hella happy taking CD there.
Marco said Deion Jackson or Zach Moss.
Deion Jackson.
They said Zach Moss might be back for week 1 as well.
Yeah, but that means
it's going to be a big combo of like all 3 of these guys. I don't think any one of them is going to be worth rostering like that.
I think Deion Jackson will be fine. I mean, like
define what you mean by fine.
Like 15 total touches.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And in an offense that has a mobile QB, so there might be some rushing lanes that get open for him just naturally, right? Read option. Yeah. I mean, and I think he's the lead guy. But then also too, it's like this whole guy is the new regime's draft pick.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? There's that, right? I haven't looked up like what the build is, because then also it's like that's usually a tell. Like if Hull is like a 200-pound 5'11" back, I'm like, you know, I think that makes him bigger than Deion Jackson. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then that's the type of running back that they like in that system. You know what I mean? This is a Sirianni. This is a Nick Sirianni, Doug Peterson shit. Now Shane Steichen.
Yeah. And for anyone who was listening, everyone that I had above Alexander Madison, that was I have Alexander Madison at 25, and Kamara and Taylor right behind him.
And also I'll vouch for you that you're, for everyone that's watching, that you're also not a Madison guy. You know what I mean?
No, I've always been on that.
Yeah,
so.
and like for me, like it's like Madison, he's like talented enough that like I can be like, okay, he'll do decent with this workload. But it's you also got to bank on him getting, like, I mean, what's his outlook? Maybe 1,100 all purpose, 1,200 all purpose, because like I feel like he's gonna get utilized in the passing game a good amount. You know what I mean? Yeah, but and it's not going to be, they're going to be they're not going to be like the craziest rushing team. I mean, look at the weaponry they have, and it's Kevin O'Connell. Kevin O'Connell's coming over from the Rams. You know what I'm saying? Who's that Rams homie? If he's still in the chat, he knows. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, this is that was the plan of attack. You know what I'm saying? You look at the Rams run game since Todd Gurley, it's non-existent. They've been throwing that thing.
Yeah.
They took that. Kevin O'Connell took that same ideology to the Vikings, and they even drafted Addison to add to Jefferson and Hawkinson, and crazy Ozzy Osbourne's son, KJ.
Bakes, he said, take Bijan. What the fuck? Barkley over him is crazy. Barkley's gonna get more work than Bijan is in the pass game and the run game. I'm just gonna say that more touches are gonna come there, because as much as everyone thinks that Bijan's gonna get 100% of the work, he's not. They're still gonna have Tyler Algier a little bit. Like Bijan's maybe like, I think at most his ceiling is gonna be 70% of the rush work, and then it's gonna be how much does it get mixed into the pass game is gonna be.
I think what Bijan, the outlook for Bijan is safe in the sense that, I mean, it's the coaching regime there. Arthur Smith, he was the guy responsible for the 1,800-yard Derrick Henry, the 2,000-yard Derrick Henry. You know, he was responsible for a 1,000-yard Tyler Algier in like 9 games. So it's like they're going to want to run the ball. But the one thing that Atlanta guys going is they run a shitload of plays on offense. See, Saquon and them, I mean, with the Giants, they're a little slower, clunkier offense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, that's not to say they might speed it up this year. You know what I mean? Because now they have some more weaponry with Darren Waller. But even when you say that, that's all they really added. I still think Saquon is at minimum second leader in receptions on that team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, he just led that team in receptions as a running back.
Yeah.
So that's why I take Saquon there.
And I think that Waller is going to get hurt like he always does. So I think that Saquon has a really good shot, because he's the only one that I feel can get more receptions than him. Everyone else, Haji's great, but he's probably going to like 6.
But then there's Hyatt, and then there's Wan'Dale Robinson, and then there's fucking, you know what I mean? Like the list goes on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
like what's the easiest thing to do? Throw it to Saquon 1 yard away and just let him run. We've seen him go for a 2,000 all-purpose yards. Like, that's in the repertoire. That's in his resume. We don't know if Bijan is going to come out year 1 and can flirt with 2,000 all-purpose.
I think Bijan's good for like 1,600 all-purpose. I think that's like, I think it's just, will the touchdowns be there? Like, how good is the offense going to be? It is going to be a respectable defense, a respectable approach on defense, because you have Pitts and London. You can't just always stack the box. But it's like, man, what if they figure out real early, like Desmond Ridder really sucks, and they're like, all we have to do is stack the box all day?
If we've already figured that out with limited tape on him, I'm sure everybody knows.
That's gonna. But see, hey, you know, Derrick. I go back to the Derrick Henry thing, like, you know what I mean. And it wasn't just that Derrick Henry was one of the baddest motherfuckers, but Arthur Smith as a play designer, like they're incredible. Look at what they were able to do with Tyler Algier last year. Look what they were able to do the year before that with our man Corduroy Patterson.
It is because they deploy multiple running backs, so you can't really.
But this is the guy that does all. Predictable. He's everything that you would want a running back to do all in one. So you don't need to take this guy off the field. It makes you non-one dimensional. You know what I mean? Like this guy.
You also don't want to kill him in year one.
I mean, they're going to. You know why? He's a top 10, he's a top 7 pick, right? And he's paid $24 million guaranteed. His contract has him at $13 million this year. They're running this motherfucker they're gonna make sure they get their money's worth, because they're gonna know early on whether they got a guy or not. You know, running backs don't last long as much. Look at Breece Hall. We already need Breece Hall to come back from an ACL. We already need Javonte to come back from an ACL. Like, young running backs is just what happens. Dalvin Cook, year 1, ACL. He wasn't Dalvin Cook that we knew and loved until 2019. You know what I'm saying? And that was short-lived. Todd Gurley, short-lived. Le'Veon Bell, not even in the league no more. I'm just saying, like, they're gonna use this motherfucking kid. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying they're not gonna use him, but I think
I'm not taking Saquon over him.
You're not taking Saquon over.
I mean, I'm saying it dyslexic. I'm not taking I'm not taking him over Saquon.
Yeah.
Because he's too expensive. If it went in order, like someone went CMC, then Eckler and Saquon in no particular order, right? Then I was there, like, at that spot. I'd be like, yeah, I'll take Bijan there. I'll have fun. I took Bijan in that super flex, right? Where was I at? I was 5 overall, and on the swing around in the second round, I took Bijan there.
Let's see if
the only redraft Bijan I've took.
Let's see if Tino would be right about this. He said Bijan goes for 900 rush, 500 receiving, and 10 touchdowns. That's a top 5 RB. Let's go look at the top 5 RBs last year, and let's see what
RB1. Maybe he's like, that's like puts him at like because look at Stevenson. Yeah. Stevenson had 6 touchdowns. He was like RB8. You know what I mean?
Let's go back to the numbers here. That's what we gotta do. So Eckler, let me see where the hell
I have Bijan at 1,600 yards.
So Eckler had 900 and 705 touchdowns. I mean, he's the top guy.
Okay. 1,600.
I mean, McCaffrey, shit, he had 1,100 and 750, you know. And actually, my bad. Eckler had 5 receiving touchdowns and 13 rushing. So he had 18 total. So, you know, that's double the
nasty
that he said. And McCaffrey, so 1,140 and 740, and then 13 touchdowns. They had the passing touchdown as well, so 14 touchdowns for CMC.
He just threw one like fuck, I'm the white LT tonight.
Jacobs 1,650 and 400, you know, to Matt and the 12 touchdowns. He's number 3, so that's going over 2,000 all purpose. Derrick Henry 1,540 and 400 right there, and then mix in. He had a passing touchdown as well.
What about my man, the chubby one?
14. That's what I'm saying. Like, look at what we got here. I mean, Saquon. Yeah. We already know we got out of him last year. 1,300, 10 touchdowns, 340. You know, as well. So over, you know, close to 18.
What about the chubby one? Remember the chubby one? He had double-digit tuggies.
He's the next one. 1,525, 240. And then 13 tugs. See, 900 and 500 receiving yards, 10 touchdowns. That doesn't make him a top 5.
So now we're Stevenson, right? Because Stevenson, he made his
right. He's right below.
Right. He made his way there, right, with all the but he got with all the receptions. Yeah.
1,000. Yeah. See, because he had more reception. Like, that's what got him even that high, because only CMC
69. 69 grabs, bro.
69 dudes.
Yeah, it was only he had third most receptions behind Eckler and CMC. He had more. Saquon led his team in receptions with 57, and Stevenson had 12 more receptions than Saquon did.
Yeah.
That's what got him up there. So the 500 receiving, if he throws down 75, you know, receptions in there, maybe, he can get in there.
If you give me a floor, or if you give me an outlook for Bijan that he's like running back 8, but if you ask my personal opinion, I think he has the talent and he's in a situation to be a top 3 finisher in fantasy. I'll take that. You know what I'm saying?
But you literally have to buy him at number 3. That's what.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only problem. But if there's a Saquon there, I'm just too wired to not take the risk with a Bijan there, because I've just been scoring too many times in the past with the Clyde Edwards-Hilaire's of the world, or the even guys that didn't go super high, but they were just highly touted, like a Bishop Zanke. I'll take you all the way back, or a fucking or even more recent, fucking Keyshawn Johnson, or not Keyshawn Johnson, what's his name? Carry-On Johnson. You know what I mean? Like we've encountered guys like this, but see, when you run into a talent like Saquon, or you run into a talent like like Bijan, like this, like okay, when someone asks me what's the comparison like skill wise, I say it was Saquon. You know what I'm saying? Because when Zeke came out, Zeke was like, oh my God, this great Ohio running back. But like it was because he was running behind that line.
Yeah.
And he was drafted, top 10. So you knew he was gonna be a dog, right? Leonard Fournette, he was a top 10 guy, right? Or a first round running back, CMC, right? Those guys took a little while. And even for someone like a Fournette, like, you know what I mean? He was riddled with injuries early. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't always happen unless you're in this situation like Bijan was, or like how Pat Shurmur was the guy that drafted Saquon. I was like, oh my God, this is the same guy that drafted Dalvin Cook. This is the same guy who had Trent Richardson in that one good year. This is the same, you know what I mean? And then we saw the 2,000-yard outing. Like when there's the coaching there and the talent and the situation, these things is easy fantasy math to me. And it adds up for Bijan. It's just how expensive are you willing to take?
Right. That's for sure.
Yeah, because we ain't seen it yet, but it's projected there. It's there.
And let's see.
I mean, Arthur Smith, bro. Like he's one of the better architects, and he kind of stole a lot from Matt LaFleur too. You know what I mean? A lot of times the predecessors will be like, "This is what he did wrong. I'm gonna take that, but I'm gonna improve it on this." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they were one of the better running teams, bro. It's crazy. The last couple of years.
Oh shit, we're almost done with the Green Bowl draft.
We got one more pick, right? I mean, we had two more left when I saw it this morning.
Yeah, it's on me right now.
Oh shit!
I didn't even know it was on me. Nobody tagged me.
I didn't see who it was on. I just woke up this morning. I was like, oh, it's still gone.
Let's see. Yeah, where are we gonna go with this last pick here? Yeah, this one's a tough one. So we got a lot of like shit players.
What did I do last? I don't even remember, man.
Deion Jackson.
Oh, a stroke of brilliance.
And you know what? It's funny because that's who I was. Well, not Deion Jackson, but I'm looking at Hull.
Yeah, he got to. And you know, I was mad at myself.
He's still here.
Is he? Oh, you better take that, motherfucker.
Oh, that's what I'm gonna do.
Damn it, I'm mad that you got Hull. I got Deion Jackson for you.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, because Hull will be a guy. He just does good in week one. We're flipping him. Who needs a running back?
You know what's funny is
Ghost Monkey on for the last pick now.
I hope they don't name Clayton Tune. I'm gonna be so hot. Because then he's gonna feel like I can move forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen, I got it for you.
And let's see, who is this? This is Andrew on Facebook in the Dynasty group. Said loaded at running back with Bijan, Javante, Cook, and Herbert. Said I need to cut one of the following: Tank Bigsby, Jalen Warren, Juwanna Man Johnson. He has Pitts at tight end. But he likes the insurance of Juwanna Man. I'm cutting Warren. I don't want him.
I try to make a trade first.
If you can.
Go to the Najee guy. But you better lock this down. You know what they saying, right? And then let him go look it up. You know what I mean? Because there's a large community out there that feels like Jalen Warren's gonna take this job eventually. I'm not on that side at all, but I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? You could really spook that Najee guy.
Juggernaut said, how do you think Khalil Herbert will pan out? Got him in the 8th round. I was picked 12th. Yeah, I mean, if you're getting him like that, I mean, will he live up to that draft capital? Like, probably. But I think there's a school of thought that just thinks he's going to do way better than what he's actually going to do. So
I think, like, I like Khalil Herbert. I like the idea of running backs with a mobile QB, but it's also like, on the flip side of that, the mobile QB could vulture a lot of shit, touchdowns and whatnot. But then I'm really just on Roschon Johnson. Like they had him out there on 3rd downs with the team ones. That means something because he's better at pass pro already, and he's bigger. And like he can catch the ball. He has that in his repertoire. So I feel like by the time we can get to even like in October, you'll see a lot more Roschon, bro. Like I'm saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that it was crazy. They had him out there with the team ones on third downs multiple times. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that he's bigger, he might start vulturing some of those goal lines. You know what I mean? You never know.
Yeah. And
Weather gets cold in Chicago.
So Sleeper's glitching in our IDP life where it's like showing taxi and like I mean we didn't have taxi squad spots. This isn't a dynasty league, but
you know what's funny is I don't know if you noticed that last year with all because remember Steamboat was like in the auction league and he goes, hey, that's cool. We got taxis. I go, word. And then we also had it in our in one of the Debo things. And I think we had told you and then you removed it, but then it stayed in the auction league.
Yeah.
He was just like stashing fools away. He's like, this is tight. He's like, I never thought of that.
Yeah, see,
it's not like it was like a thing we do, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's like definitely a glitch right now. But yeah, just told Kitty you gotta clear that taxi squad.
Can we get one?
No.
Can we take this to
And Tito said, "This is why I hate Sleeper over Yahoo." He said, "Just kidding, I use both."
All of a sudden, he said one Sleeper league, and above he's like, "Listen, I got a whole grasp on it."
And One Nation said, "Did you hear how the Colts tried to get Waddle in return from Taylor?"
I mean, the Colts are stupid for that one.
Yeah, why wouldn't they? But yeah,
I mean, like it's stupid for thinking that they'll give it up, is what I'm saying.
Oh,
why
yeah,
wouldn't they?
sure.
Yes, I mean, shoot for the gusto, right?
Yeah. And what up, PJ?
What up, Peach?
Let's see, we got.
I'm actually a CJ, and I was always called Siege, so I just figured Peach would work, right?
And what up, Mike Joseph? He said bench spot. Who you taking, Foreman, Jackson, or Hull? Probably Foreman. Because I feel like you have to get Jackson and Hull because we don't know what's going to happen. So it's like you better guess right.
I think the little dinosaur is activating. Oh, she might be going back to sleep. I was just about to roll another one too.
PA says that's why I'm fading Connor. Team's gonna put 9
He's
in
going
the
back
box.
to sleep.
Nice.
Maybe I can squeeze one more point in.
There we go. Team's gonna put 9 in the box versus them. It'll be bad volume, but it's gonna be volume. I mean, look at no Connor.
Oh yeah. I mean,
look at James Robinson a couple years ago.
Don't do that.
Because yeah, they're obviously committed to tanking at this point. Like
yeah, and like how do you tank? You keep running the ball like it doesn't matter if you whatever deficit you got because then you're just draining the clock too. You know what I mean? And that and when the Jags were tanking for Trevor Lawrence, that's what made James Robinson a top 6, actually 6 overall on a PPR at the running back position back in 2020 because they were like, we're gonna lose every game. They'd be down 2 scores. They were running the ball like they was winning.
I'm just saying, like we can't.
I don't know. I mean, good luck with that. Like, you know what I mean? He's gonna run into all these brick walls. You know what I mean?
I mean, you say good luck with that. He's like an 8th, 7th, 8th round guy. You know, you're getting.
I actually in the IDP life, right? It was one of those shroom fucking madness moments in the fucking in the man cave
you
over there in Vegas. Because I at one point I said, how the fuck do I have James Conner?
Yeah, trade him, man. I mean,
I'm fitting.
Yeah,
real fast.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pack it up real nice.
Let's see who I got over there.
For a big fish.
Oh, okay.
Maybe small fish.
Wrong pond. Yeah. See, what about like Evan Ingram for James Conner straight up? Oh, on the tight end premium.
I got Travis Kelce. Why would I do that?
That doesn't matter.
There you go. All of a sudden.
Well, you don't have a tight end spot. They would be in the flex in a tight end premium.
Okay, it's like a receiver. It actually it's actually, you know what I'm saying? It's actually it removes it removes the label, right? Because Travis Kelce in reality, he's a receiver that's labeled a tight end.
Yeah, I mean, you got James Cook over there, and Evan Ingram's projected just as much as James Cook.
Yeah, I don't
projected just as much as
projections.
He's protected just as much as Debo is.
This is some of the more horrible negotiations I've ever heard. There's no seeds being planted here. Yeah, start talking to me receiver because that's where I'm going.
Yeah.
Not Evan Ingram.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Someone will talk to me. There's a lot of James Conner.
Oh, I know people will. I just know you're gonna want.
I'll even
Tyreek
take
Hill.
both Jameses. I'll be like, James Conner and James Cook. Who want him? Going big dogs. Where's the Higgins? Oh, I already got Higgins, huh? See, look at that. I'm already winning.
Yeah, I got Dotson for you. There's someone who's in similar territory.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not gonna lie to you. That sounds like a start. Oh, I should be rolling something. She went back to sleep. She woke up, looked around, boom. You know what though? We're gonna put a pin in that because that draft is done, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, start shooting them. Start shooting their offers. Let's dance. I like it to dance. Yeah, this is gonna be wild. We got all the homies in that one, huh?
Yeah, let's see. Dennis is in there. Mike Joseph, Guru, Zoo Crew, Kidda, Fakes a Lot, Candlestick, Derek Big Tons, and then the only person who wasn't there is Joe Buck Yourself. He's in some dynasties.
Oh, wait a sec. Oh, Candlestick not in that one.
Yeah, yes, I said Candlestick.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, that's right. He was drafting from the. When I would go up there to check on him, he's just chilling, his feet up. He was like watching one thing, draft on the other side. I'm chilling. I was like, okay, you know what I mean? I forgot too. For some people, it was like vacation too. You know what I mean? I'm forgetting he in the hustle and bustle of work and kids. He's like, I'm just chilling, bro.
Yeah, Candlestick has one of the highest projected teams out the gate.
You don't play.
And that guy Ray J. We were talking about Ray J. Now he showed up on the show, huh?
Hey,
he said, I don't understand how Bijan's stats are so high, or projected stats. Yeah, he said we're talking about the Atlanta Falcons here. Let's pull it to reality, guys.
I mean, I get that, but they also have one of their fair run schedules, right, outside of their division.
Yeah, and one of the better lines as well.
Yep, one of the better offensive lines. You got Arthur Smith, the architect of a 1,800-yard Derrick Henry outing and a 2,000-yard Derrick Henry outing. You know what I'm saying? And I like using Tyler Algier as an example because no one thinks he's fantastic in any kind of way. I did though last year.
They don't have the stats. They don't have the projected stats, but on sleeper in this league, in our leagues where it's a little bit, premium scoring, he's projected for 24.
I like it a lot.
Bakes a Lot has him over there. We know he loves some some Bijan.
You know what I mean? He goes to the deli, it's all mustard on a sandwich. He's like,
but Jordan Love and Derek Carr are his QBs. I can't talk because I don't have the best QBs over here. I got Russ Wilson and Sam Howell and the Brock. Those are my three over there.
I like that.
I did draft from the 12 spot though, so it was ugly at times.
I got what do I got? I got Dak. I got Daiquiri. I got Goffle, and I think I got fucking McCorkle Jones.
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm taking. You know what I'm saying? Like the Sam Howells and stuff like that. I loved as my thirds, but I was like every time Mac Jones was there, I was just like, okay, this might be a bad idea, but we're doing it.
And Sleeper's got Josh Dobbs projected as the starter for week 1. Obviously, it could change at the drop of a dime because we've heard no news on it, but got to make you feel good right now to be able to try to. I guess this isn't.
I need him. And it's funny because like Ghost is one of the dudes I got his line when we were out there because he was like.
And this isn't Ghost Monkey's not in this one.
No, I know, not in it, but I'm referring to the Ghost Monkey one, the Green Bowl.
You have him in that one, right?
Yeah, and for those that don't know, this Green Bowl is the muy importante. You know what I mean? This is the big bucks right here. This is the big $600 fucking custom belt on the line designed by the champion, and designed for you to come back to Vegas every year rocking said belt because it's yours for life, and it's like a fucking fraternity that we're trying to get going. And you know what I'm saying? And our man Ghost Monkey, You know, say like, you know, I exchanged lines with him when I met him there because he was like on some music shit too. He's like, bro, I make beats, and I'm like, what? You know what I mean? And then when he dips out, you know what I'm saying? Like, as soon as this thing started going on, right? I DM him, hey, I forgot to lock your number in, bro. Text me. You know what I'm saying? Because, bro, I got quarterbacks for you. I was like, and then I'm like, fuck, I might have shot my load off too early because then he went to Clayton like later on in that round. I was like, son of a bitch, I shouldn't have said nothing yet. Just in case. I mean, it wasn't like, as soon as I grabbed Josh Dobbs, though, I messaged him like, I got him, bro. You know what I mean? As soon as this draft is done, you know what I'm saying? You can't go in this Green Bowl with $600 buy-in, bro. And a motherfucking that only has Danny Dumbass. You know what I mean? So I'm like, Kyler Murray at minimum for 4 weeks. I got you.
And Bakes, he said, so you're saying, Bogey, if you had the choice between Barkley and Bijan, you would take Barkley. Sounds like you like Bijan if he's at the same price.
I like see, but here's the thing though, Saquon is remarkably cheaper. Saquon, like in a single QB 12-teamer, falls off into like the 1-2 turnaround area. You know what I'm saying? Like Bijan, he been going like mid-first round, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's
I think they're both going. I think the ADP's changed a little bit, and I think they're both going like right back to back. And Saquon has been going higher than Bijan in some of these.
Good, smart people. But see, here's the thing, though, man. Bijan's you're gonna have more fun. We're gonna have way more fun with Bijan.
Maybe, potentially.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, as long as it's working.
Tino said, what the fuck? My SUV just said I need to update it. How the fuck do I hook it up online?
I mean, you gotta voice command that motherfucker, bro. What are you pushing these days, Tino? Tino sound like he riding clean, bro. He's like, listen, I had to update my shit, man.
Jake said half PPR, Barkley, Bijan, Chubb, or Kelsey. Kelsey, assuming there's a tight end spot.
Yeah, I'll take Kelsey. Positional advantage, and then you might be able to swing around, getting Nick Chubb. Nah, Nick Chubb's going in that 1-2 turnaround at minimum. I be forgetting single QB. I gotta keep wiring myself because this is the time of year they all pop out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to all my single QBers out there.
It's funny.
There's a wonderful world of Superflex out there for you.
And let's see, who is this? Taylor. Oh, he said, oh, never mind. It's about one of the previous questions. Song said Warren is a beast. He's all right.
Song's drinking a Kool-Aid.
Tino says it's not the Warren steals the job, but he steals snaps. Well, I mean,
does Najee go from 85% of the snaps to 75? I'm okay with that. And then you know what I'm saying?
Because
Najee still goes at a value where it's
who
like
doesn't, even CMC loses snaps to Elijah Mitchell. Like losing snaps is like not a thing. It's like, how efficient are you? Like these guys are like very efficient.
I mean, also on the flip side, that when the guys step in relief and they make noise, a lot of times it's because you're the change of pace, you're fresh, you know what I mean?
Why does everyone like Tony Pollard so much?
Ooh, right in the gut tree. Ooh, damn. Good thing I wasn't drinking a drink. I would have spit it everywhere.
Oh man, when Tino says Mitchell won't take as many snaps as Warren, I mean shit, I bet you he will, because if the 49ers are winning, they're running it 40 times and CMC's only getting 20 of those.
And you know what's so crazy when we run that way too is like we beat fools. This is what happened last year, at least with CMC, when we were beating fools down so bad. And I don't care if people say, "Oh, it was bad defenses." We did it to the Buccaneers too, where we're running them so down, and then you send in Elijah Mitchell to clean up, and everyone's so gassed that he just gashes them for a tug. And then people are like, "Yeah, look at Elijah Mitchell's stats, bro." Like, yo, you know he was going in there and just fucking gashing these gassed ass motherfuckers. It works. I love it. Shout out to my Niners. Bang bang. Let's do it. Keep it up. Keep it up, guys.
But especially like as good as the Steelers are, Mike Tomlin's only had winning records with them. So like, yeah, like is there going to be a bunch of games where they'll be behind? Maybe, but there's going to be a bunch of games where they're ahead as well. And there's going to be a bunch of games where they're within one score and it's not really going to affect the way that they have to like abandon anything.
Okay. How about this week 1? CMC probably about to run all the way the fuck through that Steelers defense if they didn't improve at all against the run, right? Because they've been at the bottom of the barrel against the run the past few seasons straight. That's very un-Mike Tomlin like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then on the flip side, here's Najee. Like maybe week 1 we get a little panic because Najee's going up against the Niners front. And then maybe Warren gets in the mix a little bit more than people want. And you're gonna hear all the Warren people start yelling, "Oh, I told you, motherfuckers!" You know what I'm saying? I will hold on to Warren just for that, to be honest, and just flip him. You know what I mean? And then on the same time, I'm buying the Najees right away because people are gonna be like, "Oh, it's happening again," like last year. Because those people that had Najee last year, most of them didn't make it to the playoffs. But if you made it to the playoffs with Najee, love Najee.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because he did it for us.
I'm glad that everybody just remembers that he was hurt last year, and that's kind of all they remember.
Yeah, and they remember the little Jalen Warren little flashes. Then you couple that with all the Jalen Warren blurbs all off season.
I mean, Jalen Warren wasn't even good enough to keep Najee off the field when he's only like 60% healthy.
That's a good point. Right up the good tree.
And let me see. Hold on. Tino said that Zeke was top 20 last year. Let's see if he was.
Yeah, he had 13 tugs, right? And he had 11 rush attempts.
He was not.
No? Okay.
He was RB 22 last year.
So he was a top 24 guy.
Yeah. Tino, you better edit that. He said Tony Pasta and Zeke, the only RBs in the top 20 last season as well. Only RB duo.
They're top 24s, and I'll give them that. Here's the thing: is that Zeke got in there by way of the 13 tugs, and like here's what's crazy for Tony P: how he's not a goal line back because they had 11 rush attempts for Zeke last year. He hit pay dirt 8 times. You know what I'm saying? You know who had he had about half those attempts. Tony Pasta, and to the tune of 0 rushing touchdowns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, Tony Pasta was a threat down there in the passing game, though. He had a couple greasy receiving tugs. You know what I mean?
I mean, Zeke didn't have one game over 20 points. Like, I mean, that's why Zeke did not have one game over 20 points.
I think what's annoying about that
is all the touchdown like that.
Like for all the Zeke truthers last year. That were still holding on. They're like, well, you know, if you put it all together, that's a Zeke year. Like, yeah, well, it's not all Zeke anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I think people are holding on to that. They're like, it's gonna be all Tony Pasta. I'm like, okay, maybe it is. How long will that last? I think what we should want if you're a Tony Pasta truther with the likes of Mike McCarthy calling the plays, you're looking for like an Aaron Jones outing.
You Zeke had 230 attempts last year. Like Tony Pasta had like 190 something. Even if he I don't even think he raises by 100. There's going to be someone else taking a lot of these carries as well.
You know, when you think about the 190, like anything less than 200, and then fantasy guys that were relevant at the running back position, that's like Alvin Kamara, because like Alvin Kamara had to do it all through the passing game, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like if we're gonna okay, I think we can see like 225 rush attempts.
And you know what I think? I think that
I think he gets that Zeke load on the ground. Will it last? I don't know. The line, is it good? Fuck no.
I mean, he only had 55 targets last year.
How many did Zeke get?
23. So I mean, he had way more than Zeke, but
and because you know, and is he going to get
100
actually?
Is he going to get 100% of like all that work? Like,
I mean, and I was going to say we looked.
Everyone said Deuce is going to be in there on passing down. So like,
but that was the thing though. We looked this up. I remember looking this up now with you because we're looking up the difference for Austin Eckler because he goes from Joe Lombardi to now Kellen Moore, right? And see, I'm more confident in Austin Eckler getting less than 100 targets, but he gets all of it. Versus like now you have Mike McCarthy and Roddy Schottenheimer, you know what I'm saying? And it's going to be Mike McCarthy calling the plays, you know what I'm saying? Schottenheimer, he is a stickler for throwing at the running back. This goes back to his time in Seattle, with Chris Carson, and what I'm saying, like we should expect like 4 or 5 targets a game for a Tony Pasta. What is that pro rate out to? Maybe like, even if we give him 6, which is, I'm not even going to give him that. Give him 5 targets a game. You know what I'm saying? He plays a full 17.
I mean, that'd be a lot more. I mean, that'd be a lot more.
85 targets.
I mean, that would be both him and Zeke's pass work from last year.
Yeah, right. So, but there is going to be some type of split, though. You know what I mean? Because even when you go back to what Mike McCarthy's done in his history, where he had Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was mad situational. You know what I'm saying? Jamal Williams was straight up 2-minute drill guy. He'll come in, and within those times, he might get 4 or 5 targets in a drive. You know what I'm saying? Like, this used to happen, and then like their fantasy outings, if none of them got a touchdown, it would be kind of even kill. And that was early on until Aaron Jones really pulled away because Jamal Williams used to get hurt and be crying and shit. You know what I mean?
Tino said he's going to get more than he had before. I mean, he has to, right? On the ground at least. Like, I mean, there's no way he's the lead back.
225. That's what I'm giving him.
Yeah, that's still not even that much of an increase.
I think because you got to remember, I'm of the mindset that they're going to be a high flying offense. They're going to take it to the air a lot more.
That'd be like a 16% increase. Like, what does he really have to increase?
I don't know, 10%.
Well, no, I mean, I'm saying, like, I mean, I feel like that's.
I thought you meant like what's more realistic? Because
no, I mean that seems realistic. I mean, you're getting rid of over 200 carries just from Zeke,
Yeah.
so I mean, you better be able to mix in an extra 30 more, but he should be able. I mean, if he's really the guy, like everybody is saying he is, like he's got to be flirting with 300
total touches.
Well,
David Montgomery gets 300 total touches in his heyday with Chicago. You know what I mean?
No. Feel me on this, because like everyone's saying there's nobody over there, right? Nobody's gonna like compete with the touches. How does he not go over 300? I don't think he can last for it, but like
I was about to say, he just got to last for it.
Yeah.
Who wants to bet he won't last? I'll put money on this. I have 0 Tony Pasta.
I've got him in 2 spots. I just saw in the IDP life. That was one of the ones where I got him because I got him in like the 6th round.
For real?
Yeah.
In the IDP life.
Yeah.
With guys like Derek in it.
Yeah.
For shame. Damn. I would have totally took him and not a James Conner on accident. I swear, I was like, who the fuck James Conner? That's me?
Yeah, see, here it goes. I went Tyreek, Nick Chubb, Dangerous, Ridley, Aaron Jones, then Pollard, then Purdy, Howell, and Dotson.
What
and
did I
Gibson,
do?
that's my top 10.
What was the madness of Bogart in this draft?
Kelsey, Dak, Dakota, Goffel, Higgins, Walker, Debo, Connor, Madison, Cook.
Oh, it just went all downhill, huh?
McCorkle. It was like as the shrooms kicked in more and more.
I was so fucking torn.
How do you get all these guys that you say that you hate, and then but on the shrooms you're pulling them up?
It just happened that way. In the league that matters.
Well, this isn't the $600 league.
No, it still matters though.
It matters for sure. It's a 55.
It's some of the sharper minds, and there's money on the line. So a
lot of hitters in this one.
Yep.
Yeah, I was surprised. I couldn't even pass on him. But I should have. Now that I'm looking at it, I should have picked Pierce. And but Pierce was still there, and I took Pollard over Pierce.
I definitely should have took like a goddamn receiver somewhere else. Like I have 0 receivers. Do I have like Romeo Doubs somewhere?
I mean, you say you have 0 receivers. You picked Higgins in the 4th and Debo in the 6th. I mean, that's still.
I mean, because what's crazy? I definitely get carried away if I only have to do 2, and I just kind of let the draft build the way.
Yeah, you have Dubs, and that's it. So you only have 3 wide receivers over here.
And watch, I'm gonna have 4 by the end of the day.
You got Nakobe Dean in the 11th, though. I mean,
Let's
man, you made sure to lock him in.
Bogey things.
I got Wagner in the 11th. I felt good about it.
That's they're doing hustle things. You know what I mean? Like, listen, I'll take a guaranteed 100 solos. You can go have fun taking the risk. Yeah, I'm gonna have more fun.
And Marco said McCorkle Jones. He said, "Damn, he must have had a very hard time in school, right?"
Until one day says one of them cool teachers, like he had like a cool black teacher, like, "Hey, yo, Mac." And he's like, that's me.
It's like, what? Who?
Every year now, he's like, McCorkle. I go by Mac. The Big Mac.
Oh man.
You know
And Mike Joseph said, should I trade Hollywood now? I mean, I don't know if you were gonna warrant
James Conner for him.
See, I don't even know if Hollywood would warrant that much of a trade when it was Colt McCoy, let alone now. So I mean, it just depends on who you're trading him for.
Can you say Hollywood Pepper Brown? I mean, because that's what I expect, some good pepper action. And that's like he immediately has zero rapport with these new guys, right? And then like maybe that watch Clayton comes through, he's just targeting the fuck out of Michael Williams. What's his name? Michael Williams.
Michael, yeah.
Michael.
Big said, I stole Will McDonald in the second to last round, 15th overall pick. That dude's a beast. Yeah, he's gonna kill it on the Jets. I wonder how much he's gonna mix into their rotation like right away, but their D-line is disgusting. Like it is nasty.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't hurt my linebackers there in fantasy.
I mean, all it's gonna do is make these teams start getting dump offs, and who tackles.
Yeah, that's true.
Dump offs.
My man Quincy and my man Mosley, Mosley and Quincy, they got their own show.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I was listening to The Pivot is one of those shows that I listen to. That's Ryan Clark and Fred Taylor and who the fuck's the other guy? Tatum, yep. And Channing, and not Tatum, but Channing, and then they had Quinnen on there, and they were just talking to him. It's crazy because I don't really watch too much college, but now it all makes sense why he kind of flopped in the grand scheme of things in the beginning for fantasy. And it's because he only started 15 games when he was at Alabama. So it was like those first couple years were such a huge learning curve for him where he was good for real life, like really good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But he was now he's, I mean, shit, I really think that he's going to finish top 5 this year in the DL spot.
He did already, right? For fantasy purposes. But you're talking about for reality.
Oh, no, I don't think he didn't finish top 5.
Yeah, was he top 5? I thought he was 5.
I don't think so. Let's go double check.
I'm wrong about that. I might have just been projecting him to finish 5 this year, I guess.
Let's go double check that.
I've been taking him top 5.
Yeah, because Crosby, Nick Bosa, Parsons, Garrett, Judon, Reddick, Jones, Highsmith.
That's right. I forgot because the linebacker cheat codes too are in there.
Yeah. So he's down. If we're including all the linebacker cheat codes, he's let me see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Oh,
that's what he finished last year.
Samson. I was way off.
But it was funny how they were they were clowning him because they watched Hard Knocks, obviously, and like the first episode of Hard Knocks, he was like, "Man, I got 10 sacks today, boy." He was like, "Man, they cannot stop me." And Aaron Rodgers is laughing. He was like, 10 sacks, huh? And he was like, "Hell yeah!" He's like, "You mic'd up?" And he was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Look, they recorded me right there." He's like, 10 sacks, boy. And then and then he goes and he gets another sack, and Aaron Rodgers, they showed him 11 sacks.
I fucking love Sagittarius Rogers, bro. He's finally showing his colors. He's mad at me, man.
I think for anyone who hasn't drafted IDP though, especially because of this Hard Knocks bump, like he does look unstoppable out there. Like legit looks unstoppable.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. In 15 games coming out of college, they were comparing him to Aaron Donald. You know what I mean? They're like, he's next to Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's high praise. And like, what's crazy is that here's Rob Saleh, who's real in him and Lynch. They were involved heavily in that draft process because it was between Quinnen Williams and Nick Bosa, and Nick Bosa having like the injury history and all that. You know what I mean? Even the fucking family injury history, even, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was like, there was all these question marks, but it was like, okay, well, I guess we'll just stay with Armstead and we're going to get with the phenomenal pass rusher. But it's like, and then now here's Saleh. A couple years later, he gets with Quinnen. You know what I'm saying? And like, nasty, bro.
That
You know what I'm
line is
saying?
that line's nasty. It's funny because Robert Saleh was like, "Oh yeah, the D line, that's our baby right there." Like that's the thing they're putting a lot of
Thing
tender
of
love and
beauty.
care into.
That's the thing of beauty right there.
High draft capital, like all around that fucking line, and like the
Mhm.
schemes that he's got everyone doing over there, like it's nasty.
Yeah, Jermaine Johnson about to be nasty.
Man, I
They-
want to see him pop.
And what's crazy too is like, what Saleh never did with the Niners is like we just put so much emphasis on our front seven that like our secondary
What
didn't
up,
have
easy
to be.
flights?
Yeah, like our DBs didn't have to be super shut down, or right?
Yeah,
Because they're gonna get a lot of disrupted balls their way and a lot of, you know what I'm saying? But at the same token, now Saleh's over here, take Sauce Gardner.
yeah, like
You know what I
that.
mean? Like, I'm just gonna shut down the whole side on top of like destroying everything up front.
Yeah,
Like, this is insane. You know what I mean?
yeah. If anything, the safeties are like the weakest part of, and they're not, and they're pretty damn solid
I
for
mean,
like
yeah,
the weakest part of
I
that.
love Jordan Whitehead
Yeah,
and fucking who else do they got over there? No, they don't got Marcus May anymore. They got some young dudes there too. And then who's their other corner? Reed? Is it Reed?
let me go see.
Because
Hold on.
he's kind of nasty too.
It's yeah, DJ Reed.
DJ Reed.
Oh yeah, and I forgot they got Adrian Amos.
Oh, that's who they brought over. They brought over Amos.
Yeah, and then yeah, Jordan Whitehead. He's gonna be that guy out there.
And Jordan Whitehead's balling, bro. You know what I mean? The only reason Tampa Bay because they had to pay what's his face, Antoine. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And Jake, he said we got multiple Jakes in the house.
Hey,
he said JSN already catching balls. Pause. And he said after that wrist surgery, beast. I mean they
get out there one-handed.
They said he could be out there for week 1. They just said it was always in question. He's questionable. So
okay, I'm gonna say this now. If he plays week 1, he's probably like a 20% snap guy.
Mm-hmm.
We probably don't start him. And if we're wrong because he catches one big bomb and he puts up a decent outing, you know, I'm okay with that because you got to watch those snap counts with those rookie receivers, especially one who missed like, you know, a vast majority of the preseason and just stuff that's vital for a young receiver's development. I'll take you back to Justin Jefferson. He didn't start. His first 2 weeks of that year was like 25-30% snap count, and then they were like, okay, this kid, you know what I mean? And he started jumping up to 50 and 60, and then he was an 80% guy by the time, you know what I'm saying, we're halfway through the year. You know what I'm saying?
I got some cool stats that I just found here, and it's
Nice.
about the player personnel groupings. And let's see where the Seahawks were with at least 3 wide receivers set.
Yeah, it was them and Baltimore, correct? Oh no, Cleveland. Them in Cleveland ran the most 3 tight end sets. Oh, you're looking at wides.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, that can't be it. Let's see, probably here. No, actually, I don't even know how this shit works out because it is not. Oh, wait. This is the 3 wide receiver set. Okay, 67% of the time.
Yeah,
they were running 3 wide receivers and a tight end.
That's, you know, what's crazy too, because is that not reminiscent of like the 2017, 2018, even 2019 Rams. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where Shane Waldron came from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And like, you know,
they're definitely one of the highest. I mean, Buffalo's up there, Cincy's over 70%, Pittsburgh's over 70%, Allen Robinson. Washington's over 70%, Tampa Bay at a smooth 69%.
69 dudes.
And then it was like Seattle, Jacksonville. And then those are like the top that everyone that I just mentioned.
Where was Seattle in relation to like rush attempts last year? Like where were they at in like total rushing? Because like they could run a ton of 3 wides. It's like how many times are they running out of that set though? You know what I mean?
Hold on.
Because they are like when I still think of them, I mean, and they were in a lot of passing situations because they were down in a lot of games too. Seattle, you know what I mean? Like
40%.
40%. Okay, so wow,
So they were at pretty much. Let's just call it 41 to 59 rush to pass.
Wow, they're passing more. and that was definitely because of the point deficits they were
Well,
in.
everybody is though. Like let's not forget that there's literally only
That is true. I
only
forgot in the grand scheme of things. It's just
Yeah.
so hard to, because it's like, wow, Pete Carroll really is running that Rams offense over there for the last couple of years.
Because let's see, because we did the 5 year. We were talking about the 5 year a lot, but let's see, the only teams that ran, let's say at least 50% or more. How about that? So the Ravens right at 50. The Falcons were at 55.
Yeah.
Bears
People
were
are
at
worried
50,
about Bijan.
Bears were at 56. And that's it. Those are the only 3 teams that rushed more
And
than
David
they
Montgomery, I was just saying earlier, he was a guy, he used to get 300 touches. You mean?
Yeah.
So okay, yeah, this is actually I'm glad why I'm getting Ken Walker where I had him at a value, because he shouldn't, even though he finished in the top 10, he shouldn't be drafted as such, and I'm glad he's not. Looking at these numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's crazy because everyone who's super like excited about Rachaad White. I mean, I don't think there's anybody who rushes less than Tampa Bay in the league right now. 33% last year. They were just throwing it like crazy. All
For
short
me,
stuff.
I'm not a Rachaad White guy, but I could make a case that Baker does have a 20% target market share to the running back in his career stats. You know what I mean? So, and when you mix that with a bad offensive line, I'm sure he's going to fall into like 50 balls. So drafting him where he's at, and that's actually maybe that's a little overshooting it. Maybe falls into like 35 balls. You know what I mean? And so drafting him where we're getting him, it's actually decent.
And this is why you want to get signed up to Patreon. Go over there, one-on-one, FF Advice or 420crew.org. These are the type of things that you will find over there. And I'm gonna re-upload them because I'm sure that they got kind of lost in the shuffle over the old over all the posts that go in there. So I'll go repost all these there. But these are all like good type of good stats and things that you need to remember like right now going into your draft. All right, I gotta close. I got so many things pulled up. I gotta close here. Yeah, and we did 5-year averages like on this as well, and it's wild. It's the Ravens and the Titans, man. Those are the only 2 teams that have rushed the ball more than they've passed it over the last 5 years. Hella consistent out of those guys. And Joe said they had Tom Brady, though. Well, it wasn't just about Tom Brady. It was about them having a banged up line, them not having, which they have this year, and they lost pieces.
Yeah, they lost their center, all pro.
Yeah.
Dead. They didn't have him all year last year, too, for context, if you want to know what it looked like. You know what I mean? And like they were already bad. I mean, this goes back to like the Jameis Winston days. I mean, you can't even say a running back that was like eating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in Tampa.
Yeah.
They've always been like a throwing team. And probably not even by design, just because they just couldn't run the ball. I mean, Leonard Fournette, he did well in fantasy to let those years with Brady, because he just had a floor like 6-7 receptions every week. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Well, 6-7 targets at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he was always hovering around like 69 grabs, 70 grabs.
69 dudes.
Yeah, so they're but and then because the James Cook and the Rachaad White, they started getting a lot of steam, right? And late in this offseason.
Yeah.
I'm still weary of those guys in particular, even like the James Cook, just that crop of running backs right there, because it's maybe for James Cook, I have the outlook that I need like Singletary numbers, and then we're okay with it. Because Singletary actually balled. You know what I mean? But he was RB2. You know, give me that from James Cook, because I expect rushing tugs and all that shit to come from Josh Allen. I need that. Don't take that away from us. And fuck Damian Harris too. And fuck carrots.
Let's see. We got a couple leagues that we're still filling, guys. If you want to get into the leagues with the crew, now is the time. So let's see. The leagues that we're filling right now, 3 QB leagues. There's a couple spots left. I think we're going to be drafting that on Tuesday. at about 3 p.m. West Coast time. We got Vampire Leagues. One's going to be drafting this Saturday at 8 a.m. West Coast time. We got the auction with offense only. I'm not sure when that one's going to be drafting. We need 6 more peeps to join that one. That one's all of them are 55 entry. And then we still got spots in the notorious Debo Snatch Your Chain League. We got 2 spots left in the Debo with IDP. We got 4 spots left in the Debo that's offense only. You do not want to miss these drafts. Well, the drafts are super fun, but the leagues are just insane. Like if you happen to play Justin Jefferson on the very first week of the season and you somehow win, you can snatch Justin Jefferson and get him on your squad.
Somehow lose, you mean?
Whoa.
Oh, if you play against him. Yeah, that's right.
If you're playing against Justin Jefferson.
I confused myself.
Yeah, and if you have Justin Jefferson, you better not lose in the first week.
Snatch that motherfucker.
Because he's getting snatched right away. But yeah, you guys want to get in, just make sure, hit me up on Twitter at FFHustler420, Instagram at FFHustler420. Find me on Facebook at FFHustler420. It's all the same everywhere. And Marco said, any more best ball leagues? We're doing one more. We got Mortal Kombat is the final division.
Yeah, I'm in that, right?
Yep. Okay, so you could be up to a smooth 14 on there.
Nice fucking close it out strong.
Yeah, and this is going to be division 74, division 74. And we said it from the beginning, if we shoot for 100 and we fall to like 75 or something like that, we're good as long as we pass 69.
69, dude.
And we did that, and Tino said Mortal Kombat. That's your shit, Tino? Mortal Kombat's fucking awesome. All right, let's see.
I was so fucked up. I was made me mad that Mortal Kombat machine, like one of the joysticks was like kind of like bootsy.
Yeah.
Can't even go to war properly.
Yeah. See, out of all the video games that we had there, really, there wasn't much.
It was all the video games that Peacock brought, really.
Well, I mean, we were playing the 64 like downstairs.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Saturday night we were doing. We did a lot of Mario Kart races.
GoldenEye action going.
We had some GoldenEye action going, and man, that was the longest 10-minute match like ever, because everyone's hellish rooming. That it was the longest shit ever. 10 minutes just seemed like it went for an hour. And me and Stevie B tied, and we were like running it back. Everyone was like, "No, it was way too long."
A lot going on. I'm just watching it like this is crazy.
And hey, what up, PB and Waivers?
What up, PB?
And Marco said, was distracted. Is there a spot left in Mortal Kombat? Yes, there is. And it's going to be next week. We've pretty much been doing them on Monday or Tuesday. So I know Monday is going to be a little bit different because of Labor Day. So we might just make that a Tuesday and start at like 5:00 like we've always been. And that'll be kind of the last best ball of the year.
It's kind of sad, huh?
Man, we did a lot of drafting for this best ball. It was a lot of fun. And I think that's why a lot of people aren't they're not jumping like crazy for all the redraft leagues that we're doing like they did last year. Because the best ball, you got no management. Like that's the coolest thing. You get to draft, then it's just gonna play itself out, and thousands of dollars on the line.
Goddamn right. Goddamn right.
It's funny. Bakes said I was whooping my girl's ass in Mortal Kombat. He said, "LOL." Not gonna mention the joystick glitching.
I think, I forget which side it was. Depending on which side you're about to whoop that ass.
All right. So Marco said he's in, and Bakes says he's in. Let's get it.
Nice.
All right. We're all going to war. Last one.
Got to send troops out to war. The best ball war.
because we were looking for the best of the
Good
best
old
of the
days,
best.
the bad days.
I like it, PJ. He said Hellish Truman is a nice fantasy team name.
Hell yeah. That's like all my teams.
I don't think I've ever done drafts like I did. And there was only one, I guess, going on at the time, just Hellish Truman. Like, yeah, it was awesome. I feel like I put a really good team together. And yeah, I don't know what would have happened if we would have kept going down that rabbit hole, though, because
I was hoping. I felt like I was mad. I was like, oh fuck, because I thought we were just gonna go until that one's done. But then that's why we intended everyone to be there. But then, just, things happen. So
yeah, and of course, this fucking street soldiers falling asleep.
I know, God damn it, street soldiers, let everyone fucking. He says fall asleep. He was trying to get his shit together. Get his fucking.
All right, and Bake says, when's the Debo drafting? So we there's 2 more spots left, and we're trying to get that filled up. That's why I haven't made it a point to pick the draft day and time just yet. But yeah, we're gonna see. It's gonna depend on people's availability, because it could be a Friday night thing, but it would have to be like a later like Friday night thing. Could be Monday. Monday would probably be a good day, because we might be able to draft early in the day before people start doing the festivities for the day. Could even be Wednesday if people can't do Monday. So we got all the way. I mean, shit, it could be happen Thursday morning, for all we know necessarily. But yeah, Wednesday night would be ideally the latest that we want to do it.
I'm telling you, we're on the precipice of war.
We're so close to filling it. Yeah, Bake said, fuck it, I'm in. He said, I'm off Monday and Friday night. Let's go.
4-day weekend.
All
Here
right.
we come.
And which one do you want to do? Do you want to do the Debo with IDP or the Debo without? There's only 2 spots left in the Debo with IDP.
Oh, did you shoot the Debo without the IDP to Candlestick?
I did. I'm not sure if he joined just yet.
Okay.
He may have, and I may have even missed it. And Carl said, should I drop Paris Campbell for DJ Chark? Yeah, it's kind of blah for blah, but if Chark is on the field, let's not even say healthy, if he's on the field, I kind of like him more than Paris Campbell.
I don't know. I'll just pass.
Like on both of them, right?
Yeah. Drop them both. Fix them both.
Tino said, LOL, every East Side draft is exactly how you guys seen at the mansion. It's always a shit show. He said last season, too many caps, decided to take a walk mid-draft.
Oh my God, I hate when they do that shit.
But is it everybody, though? Because
they get to a point where they go, it's like when like the last 4 rounds, they'll be like, all right, free for all. And everyone just starts grabbing stickers. I'm like, God damn it. Because usually I've been remote where I'd be like, and then I'm just direct line to Steamboat. Where I'm just like, okay, grab me such and such and such and such. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, so this time I was like, oh yeah, I gotta go to Steamboat. And I was like, hey, give me fucking Jerick McKinnon, and then it made me mad because I didn't even get some of those guys.
Yeah.
My person was going crazy with the stickers, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn it, every year.
Only 1 more spot now in the Debo Snatch a Chain with IDP. Hell yeah, Bake's getting up in this shit. Let's go.
I feel like it's a league I belong in, though. You know what I mean? The league called to me. Called to me, and then it showed me the world of IDP.
There's nothing crazier. Nothing crazier.
Yeah, IDP is fucking awesome. Like, I got these other big money offensive only leagues, and I'm like, okay, I'm like, damn. Like, I was trying to pitch to them, like, hey, y'all don't do it. No. All right. All right. Pussies.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we got the SBI for. So that one's like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm actually gonna hop on the horn later with Spencer because we got a couple spots to fill. You know what I mean?
There we go.
Oh yeah.
There we go. And Peacock said he just sent over some spots for the funk.
Nice.
Oh man. All right, here we go. We'll just let everyone get a little sneak peek, and everybody can have a little.
I mean, we always share everything with the crew. Even just like yesterday is how we came up with it. You know what? Whatever the fantasy football funk.
Yeah, and it's actually cool because nobody else. Yeah, we definitely want the funk. So
you know what I'm saying? We want all the smoke.
Here we go. Dennis in the house. What up, homie? We only got one spot left in the Debo IDP life, Dennis. It's almost filled finally.
What up, Dennis?
Dennis has
you
been
gotta do
waiting.
another IDP life?
Yeah, Dennis super excited about the Debo IDP life.
Oh, yeah.
He was
Hell
like,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was the first one who was like, yeah, give me in that shit. Because Dennis wanted to play in all our super degenerate ones. Because those ones.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, I think he got introduced to our degenerate leagues in the playoffs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then he
Fantasy
won.
playoff leagues.
And then
Yeah,
he
He's
won.
like, I'm in this thing.
Yeah. All right.
I
So
like
here we
that.
go. This is the first one. Which I like this one, but I feel like it's my least favorite of the three. This is the one that I really like. The fantasy football funk.
Yep, I'm fucking with it.
The double F got all of them there. And then I like this one. This definitely looks real hippie-ish. But what do you think? I think number 2 is the one.
Yep.
What do you guys think? So here's number 1. Here's number 2. And then here's number 3. Let me know what you guys think. I'm voting number 2 on this one. I think that's the one. But just throw in the number.
We want the funk.
Gotta have that funk. Yeah. And we got Bake said number 2. Dennis said he likes number 3. Number 3 is pretty cool as well. Looks real funky and hippie-ish.
Yeah, I'm not mad at 3. In order, though, it would be 2, 3, and then 1 for me.
Yeah, this is gonna be dope. And man, we're gonna have to get a throwback as well. I don't even know how we're gonna throw back, but I think we're gonna have to get some get some afros, going in here, maybe get some kind of tie-dye shirt or something. We're definitely gotta have some throwbacks to
the motherfucker's about to rock an afro with a dashiki engine. You know what I'm saying? Dashiki.
Yeah, and it'll be a throwback.
I got like a weird blowout thing going too though right now. I ain't gonna lie.
This is so funny. Tino said something missing, Peacock. Maybe add some more disco and cocaine in that font.
There you go.
And Tino said, I got to try Boogie Nights font. Uh-oh. Carl said number 1 speaks to me. All right. I like it.
I like it. Look at that. It resonated with him.
And Derek said, I got an afro I just bought for my cousin's 70s themed party. See, that's what I'm saying. And it could be like, take us back to Funky Town, and that could be like the theme of the show. And
yeah, but see, I also fuck with the funk, like, what I'm saying, like George Clinton and the Funkadelics, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the Ohio LA influence, like funk, you know what I'm saying? Because that's where it came from, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right.
Even Cabio, I think Cabio was doing like more like soul shit, and then they got their hands on that funk and was like, oh, okay, because I think Cameo was from like New York, and then once they make their way out west, bro, because that was what was popular. I mean, if you look at like, even if you look at rap, right? If you look at rap, the East Coast, where clearly the meccas where rap hip hop started, right? They were sampling like jazz and like soul shit, you know what I'm saying? But predominantly like jazz, you know what I mean? Like the hip hop artists that in the 80s and the 90s, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then like the West Coast, we were sampling funk, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then you look at guys like Redman, he was heavily influenced by the West Coast scene. That's why he called himself the Funk Doc. And you listen to like a lot of his old samples, he was like gravitated towards the funk samples, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And all those, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, like the Parliament, and motherfucking, George Clinton and fucking, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the list goes on. I'm blanking on. There's a gang more. I know I keep saying those same names and shit, but you know what I'm saying? It's a whole nother. It's a fucking. And there was the one like on that psychedelic shit, crazy too, bro. Yeah. That's why that hit. You know what I mean? Like they actually carried. Music is always influenced by something, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of cocaine and psychedelics and all this shit, bro. Yeah, be it the 70s as opposed to like the 70s where like a lot of soul shit, a lot of that shit was like heroin shit, for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, like think of Bobby Womack, even that was on the 110th Street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shit, he's basically talking about the whole stroll and the fucking and all the hair on spots. You know what I mean?
And the dope game,
Yeah.
I probation on Twitch. What up? What up? He said, give Kincaid and get Dallas Goddard, 10-man PPR dynasty. I'd rather
I'll
have
do it.
Goddard, but I don't know. I don't like doing trades where it's like tight end for tight end.
I'll do it. Give me
I'd rather-
Goddard.
I'd rather what's it? I'd rather tear up is like Stevie B
I
said.
think that's tearing up. If I had Kincaid, I think you're tearing up from of a super unknown mystery to a guy who's attached to one of the better offenses.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I'll take Goddard.
I'm trying to tear up like multiple times though, because I feel like those guys could even be in the same tier when it's all said and done.
Just saying, as it stands now.
Yeah. Man, I gotta make multiple picks over here in one of these. Yeah, let me see.
Yeah, hold on. I'm about to grab a cup of water. I caught him out like a bitch.
All right, there we go. Friday Night Lights. Made my picks. Let's see. I think I'm on in the Little Giants as well. Oh, on the White Man Can't Jump as well. And I probation said I could win now. I mean, I like it, but I mean, especially if it's a dynasty, I kind of like that even less. Man, so many picks. All right, let's see. And Dennis said, what do you guys think Juana Man will do with Derek Carr? I mean, I think he's going to be all right. But I think I don't know. I think he's getting too much hype as a late like tight end. There's a lot of other guys I'd rather have. A lot of other guys I feel like I'd rather have. All right, we're making all these damn picks right now. And then we're gonna smoke one more bowl and get ready to get up out of here. And Derek said, Huss believes in Kincaid. You heard it here first, guys. He's with me. 2 first rounders, Derek, and you might be able to acquire him. Man, I'm on the clock like literally everywhere. All right, where's the... And then someone told me I'm on the clock in the Little Giants, but didn't tag me there. Let me see. Where's the... Oh, son of a bitch. I play the stupid Killer Clowns week 1 in the Green Bowl. Of course. That's how it's got to be. All right. And Dennis said, name me a few you're higher on. Hunter Henry, Gerald Everett, Logan Thomas. Those are just to name a few. All right. Dang, I cannot remember. Does anyone remember what the tree was called that Redwood brought? I cannot remember. I mean, that's what I'm smoking on right now. Shout out to Redwood. I cannot remember what the hell it was called. Oh, wait. Was it First Class Funk? That's gonna be so funny if that's what it was.
Let's go. It's not funny. It's the universe. Come on. How long have you known me, bro?
It's always been the universe.
Come on.
And Tino said, now all I have to do is talk to Huss into pasta and my seasonal goals are complete. I drafted him in let me see.
It's in a money league.
Yeah.
Yeah, the IDP life.
In the IDP life, I drafted him in
the fucking 6th round. What the fuck was going on there? I would have took Tony Pasta.
Everybody just hella hated him, and I was like, man, I should have took Damian Pierce though. Like that would have been the better pick. But yeah, neither here nor there. I was really surprised that he was even there. And Peacock said Killer Clowns is a horrible movie. Man, I'm playing Killer Clowns in the Green Bowl week 1. Such bullshit.
For real?
Yeah, such bullshit.
That's fucking poetic. I swear to God. Because remember it was like, okay, and I quote, because this is something that I mentioned to you when I started like talking about like my Yahoo like disdain, right? And it's like years ago, and I go, yeah, man, for some reason in my home league, it's like on cue every year I'm playing my boy, and then the next week I play my other boy, and then it's always like the schedule never changes unless we add someone new, and then it shakes it up for that following year, right? And you're like, every year I used to play the fucking this guy, right? Killer Clowns. Fuck this guy. I don't know why I remember that story, but it's just so funny now because it's like, damn, you went on the sleeper. It just puts your mortal enemy, because that means you about to play him twice too. It's going down.
Yeah, and you know what? We're going to war. We're going to war. That's what's going on. Because I got Watson and Corky Kirk over here. I'm about to go wild week 1.
Yeah, you're nasty over there from the 12 spot.
Yeah.
Oh, were you at the 12 spot? 11 spot.
11. Ghost Monkey had the 12th. And Zeb, he said Stevenson and Pittman for JT. Dynasty Superflex. Trade away JT for Stevenson and Pittman. I guess I don't like Pittman, but like I would do this and just get like a different piece besides Pittman in there.
What do you think Pittman gets, like 40 grabs? Maybe.
That's ugly. And I don't know who the Facebook
shooting it.
I don't know who the Facebook user is, but it said Damian Pierce for a 2024 first Dynasty Superflex. If you're buying him for that, yeah, you better do it, because I think his price can only raise from what it is. And I sold him off for a first and a third in 2 separate leagues.
If I need a running back, I'm doing that hella quick.
Yeah.
If I need running back. And that's usually entails you're a win now team that you could do without that first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That might be that missing piece you might feel you need. I'm all about that. I do that shit all the fucking time.
Fucking killer clown.
No. The big job.
Crazy. I have Kincaid in the Green Bowl as well.
Nice.
I have way too many tight ends over here. I have 4 tight ends. I took the shot on a couple late, I guess.
Give you Kelsey for Watson, and no, I'm just playing. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I don't want to break my own rules. Never mind.
All right, but don't worry. I'll be keeping our rules, and I'll be sending you Kelsey trades every
Okay, it's all good. Just make sure I know the rules is in effect. You know what I mean?
Oh man,
we practice what we preach. Where's that joint?
Peacock says saw AR-15 not connect on any attempts with Alec Pierce in the last preseason game. 0 for 5. Damn.
But he was going for him, because I feel like Alec Pierce will be in the safer range for a guy like an inaccurate guy like what's his name, Richardson.
Tino, no, I did not grab all the rookie tight ends. Kincaid was the only rookie tight end. I got Kittle, and I got Everett, and I got Schultz.
Damn, you got hella. That's not a bad strategy.
Yeah, we'll see. Because I don't have. I got. Really, I think I only have 3 wide receivers now that I'm looking at it. I got 3 wide receivers and 4 tight ends.
I think I got 5 wides here.
Okay.
I got Waddle, Ridley, Deontay Johnson, and then I got Dobbs and Sky Moore. I did bogey things.
And Marco said 74 best ball leagues. He said looks like a hell of a pot. Oh yeah, it's nice. Whoever gets first place, they're going to be getting a hell of a check sent to them. And right now it's top 14 that are getting paid out of everybody. So last year we had a similar amount getting paid out, but it was like double the buy-in price this year as it is this year. This year we lowered it to 10 so we could try to double or triple. We didn't triple. We did a little more than double. Or no, we did triple because we had 21 last year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because how many teams total is drafted after the 74 is done?
Let's see.
74 times 12, right? Look at me.
888.
Look at that.
Crazy how that worked.
Triple eights.
Triple eights, yeah.
Educate them, skate them. Who will be the great of the triple eight? There can only be one.
Let me see. And Marco said how much at the 14. Let me go look real quick.
At the what now?
Like how much does the 14th? So 11th through 14th get paid 75 each.
Nice. Yeah, and then so what have we decided on for the top three?
So
because I know the top three is significant.
I gotta rework it, but I mean it's really the top two that are super significant, 3,000 and 1,000, and then it breaks down from there, 4, 3, 2, and then a 100 to 5 different teams, and then the 75 to another 5 teams there. And
not mad.
Yeah, so really, I mean, top 2, we're gonna have 2 people in the over 1,000. I mean, or at 1,000 or over 1,000. I mean, that's way bigger than it was any of these other previous years. It was pretty much like first and second place we're getting paid. But yeah, last year it even changed around because of the Cincinnati game. That's what kind of messed everything up like last year. Because it ended super.
And the guy who won it, he only had 1 entry, right?
2.
Oh yeah, 2. Wow.
Yeah, and that's all he has this year as well. So he's doing the same thing, only 2 entries as well in there. Yeah, insane. And he was one of the people who had 0 people in that Sunday game as well. There was a lot of people who had
that Monday game
or the Monday game. Yeah. So he had no Bills or Bengals players, and but a lot of other people who were in the top. What was it? I think 20.
Well, it happened. That's still destiny.
Yeah, so he got paid less than because of that, but more people got paid. It was like everyone who made it to the final day ended up getting paid something. It wasn't supposed to be like that. It was only supposed to be like the top half of the final round that got paid.
You come back to the SBI this year? Okay. Yes, I'm sleeping. Okay.
So wait, 14 teams, or is it going to be 12? You said that.
I don't know. It just depends how much, because we all of a sudden I think I might have to like replace like 8. I think, you know what I mean?
Jesus, yeah, just make it 12, man. Stop trying to overextend it into 14. Don't put that extra pressure on yourself.
No, but see, but it's also like I have to look at the list of who's coming, because I know like Sweetness, that's the guy that'll probably come back. You know what I mean? That'll make it like 7. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then like yeah, and I know Gemmo. I know see Gemmo. It's funny because like he keeps trying to like, I'm not, and then he asks about it, and then I'm like, okay, I'll just keep circling around. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because he was in it last year too. But but either way, like I got a ton of Warriors to feel like my nephew's coming in. Candlesticks.
Dennis said, "What league is this?"
Oh yeah. It was formerly known as the Smokey Bogey Invitational, but now it's the Spencer Bogey Invitational because Spencer was in it as well. And my man Smokey's taking the year off. He's only keeping his 1 league. So, anyways, if you want in on it, it's $150. You know what I mean? And it's a super flex QB premium. It has the tight end spot. You know what I'm saying? But I might make some adjustments here too. That's another thing I'm gonna talk to Spencer, because we don't even have a full IDP. I want to add full IDPs. You know what I mean?
Tight end to flex.
Yeah, I'm more than likely gonna do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fuck the tight end spot.
Yeah.
Because the real reason why I hate it is because like if you have Kelsey, like you have such a good shot of winning. And so that means only one person has like a really, really, really good shot of winning.
Superflex IDP does nullify that to a degree, because that person still has to dress up his Kelsey team properly now. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm not saying you can't win with a bogus.
Yeah, and this one it's only QB premium and 1 point. So it's like the tight ends are there's 1 point just like everybody else. You know what I mean? But the QB it's 1 point for every 15 passing yards. Yeah, and IDPs go crazy because it's basically 1, 2, 3 still. So I might do something about that. As far as maybe I might juice up the receivers a little bit. But I mean, I do like it also just
the reason why
every single one of my leagues are the same too, though. You know what I mean?
The reason why the reason why the Hustler Leagues are 2.0 for the wide receivers is because with IDP 1, 2, 3, it's like some of these top linebackers are like just as valuable as the top wide receivers, if not more valuable than some of them. So that 2.0 PPR was always to counteract the high scoring of IDP.
Hell yeah.
And not counteract it, but just make it to where if you got the premium, if you got Justin Jefferson, he should be scoring more than whoever the top linebacker is.
Coons and stuff like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And who's this Facebook user said, do you bet on games or just fantasy? We bet on games, and I'm partnered up with Patriot Sports Radio, and they have a Patreon as well where it's $30 and you get daily picks over there. I'll throw the link in here.
Yep, $30 a month.
$30 a month. What I say, 30 a week? Yeah, 30 a month.
Yeah.
Go get signed up. And then always on Sunday and really prior to games, we're going to be talking about some of the, just bets that we're throwing in and stuff. Because, we're degenerates. We're always throwing in bets. Always small amounts, though. I don't like to even bet like high amounts. We're betting like $2 here, $3 there. What's it called? A lot of $2 parlays that we just have a lot of fun with as well. Last year it was nice when we hit the 6 or 7 game like $2 parlay and turned it into like $100. That was super cool. Let me see. Let me throw in. And Zeb, make sure you get over to the new YouTube channel, the Fantasy Football Funk. I'm throwing it in right now for you over there because you got to have that funk. All right. And Tino, that was so funny. Tino said, people would say I have a gambling issue. Because you're one of the people who like bets on like Korean baseball in the middle of the night, right? And what up, Phil? Said Christian Harris or Cody Barton. Man, super close. I'm leaning Christian Harris as of now. Super close though. Super close. And last thing I gotta remind you guys about. More and more t-shirts are coming, or more and more swag, because it's not just t-shirts, it's all kinds of swag. Check it out. Go to 420crewmerch.com. We got our women's fantasy league swag up there for the ladies. Got the Nug Life. Oh yeah, got to get some of that Nug Life. And then we got the 420 Crew stuff. We're going to get more 420 Crew t-shirts up there as well. And there's more things than just this. This is just what's on the homepage. But like, let's see. If we went to like just apparel, let's see what shows up here. I know we got to have more. And maybe, you know what? Maybe I took the IDP Life off of there because we got the new IDP Life. All right. And shout out to Peacock for making sure that we got dope designs on everything. Hell yeah. And Dennis said, I missed it last Friday. Who won the jersey and the rigging one? So it was Devo who won the jersey, and he chose the Justin Jefferson. And then it was our man JPZ who won the rigging one. And yeah, we're gonna get we need to get more 420 Crew stuff for raffles. Yeah, especially Jerome Baker. They got they're getting not getting a new line, but they're creating more of an economical, type of pieces where they're gonna, because they don't really have any pieces like under $100. At least, notoriously, and I'll show you here, like with the bong. I mean, shit, look at how many colors, is like throughout this thing, and like, just all the crazy designs. So now they're coming out with the line of different bongs and dab rigs and shit like that. And they're all like less than $100 because they're just clear glass. and they all look super cool. And I know we're gonna get something going to where we're gonna get like an affiliate, get some kind of link where you guys can get like a percentage off and all that type of shit. And Tino said, I literally drafted Jerome Baker just because of Huss's bong. He said it was my very last pick. There we go. And Jerome Baker always kills it, bro. Always kills it. And Marco said, went to the weed fair on a weekday, but didn't find any Jerome Baker stuff. Yeah, I mean, they've always been an American-based, glass company, but was it in Germany or where did you go to a different? Where were you at? What city in Germany? Very curious about this weed fair. And we're going to be back with fantasy news. We're going to be back with fantasy news today. Back at 1 p.m. West Coast time. And ooh. The Dolphins GM said there was no exchange of offers. And Marcos said got those HHC joints there. Okay. Derek said, Huss, in my work league, I got Mahomes, but someone just dropped Geno yesterday in that league, and now he's there. It's a 1 QB league. But do you think I should drop Burks to get him? Who else is bottom of your bench, or is Burks like literally the bottom of your bench? But yeah, I probably would. I still feel like, I mean, Geno's got a real good shot to like finish inside the top like 15. He should finish inside the top 15. I mean, maybe he flirts with QB 12, as well. Like, we know some injuries are going to happen and some guys are going to get dropped out of there. Marco said the Can Affair in Dusseldorf. Okay, nice. One thing that I need help with, guys, we need some more podcast downloads. Doesn't even matter if you guys listen to the podcast over there or not. It's all about the downloads. So if you have an Apple phone, go to podcast and search Fantasy Football Hustler. You'll see the logo and everything. Go set up automatic downloads. If you're on Spotify, make sure you go follow there as well. I don't know if you can set up automatic downloads or not, but just hit the download button. Go ahead and delete them later, and just show the love over there. I think if you do the play over there, it'll count like the same way as well. And Matt Corral just got waived from the Panthers.
Matt Corral.
We knew that was going to happen. But yeah, that's one way that you guys can help the podcast numbers, grow over there. We get random sponsors here and there for the podcast stuff. So yeah, go check that out.
Shout out to Heisman.
Hell yeah. And Derek said Burks, Addison, Thielen, Algier, Deuce. Man, get rid of Thielen. Or I know you want Deuce and you think he's going to be a thing. It would either be Thielen or Deuce. I wouldn't drop Burks for him. He said in a single QB, someone just dropped Geno. He's got Mahomes, though.
Yeah, I mean, single QB. If you want to hold on to like a good second QB, maybe Geno's probably better than what most people is holding.
It's really just like cock blocking and making sure that no one just gets, a free Geno week 2, week 3 or something like that. Yeah, I would definitely do that just to cock block. And Tina said Uncle Crispy is trying to make money again. He's always trying to make money with those crispy rings.
Hell yeah.
All right, Marco, you the man. He said next time I go on Spotify, I'll probably go download a shitload of episodes. Appreciate you.
Yeah, shout out to you, Marco.
All right, well, let's get up out of here. We'll be back at 1 for FNT. And hey, it's 11:11, the universe.
Hey.
Bogey, any parting words for us?
Universe, give me money.
Yeah.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure
they remember forever the night they played the Titans.
Here comes the